We should be live, I think.
Yeah, he does. He got a little stubble, little sexy stubble. Then we got Bourbon over there with that nice little stage.
This is as much as I can get too. I pair it with the pompadour. It's actually it's supposed to be this way.
To be honest.
No. Yeah, this is a better intro. Wait, shit, are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, we're live.
Hey.
All right, hey, everybody. Welcome to the Positive Charge Get to Know Everyone-ish Q&A segment where you ask everything and we answer some things. The first question is, who is your favorite streamer and why? Go.
All right, who wants to go first? Let's start with Tina. Chick-fil-A lady. Chick-fil-A dragon.
I'm eating. Okay, well, hello.
I'm assuming it's with the exception of all of us.
Dang it.
Of course.
Wait, what?
Is it? I don't know. I'm assuming it's with the exception of all of us.
Who's our...
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Who's your favorite streamer and why?
Yeah, so I guess we have to say who our favorite streamer is, not including our stream team people.
Because we fucking love each other.
Yeah.
But who else
I feel like it would...
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, my favorite streamer right now is Nick Gregory. He's a pretty interesting guy. He's very entertaining when I watch him, so currently he's my favorite.
What does he play?
He plays Overwatch, Stardew Valley, some other things that I can't recall at the moment.
Nick's a cool dude.
Some stuff.
Cool
Do you know
dude.
who that is? I don't know who
Yeah,
that
I do
is.
actually.
Is it just
Yeah,
Nick Gregory, all one word? No.
Yeah, N-I-C-H Gregory.
And
He's weird, but he's cool.
Yeah, he's very weird, but he's very cool. Yeah, Bourbon's been in the chat when he's around.
Is it like a bigger streamer or like kind of like...
No, he's a new streamer actually, but he has like quite a following already. He gets like average 50 views a night.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, how new is he? That's kind of crazy.
He started streaming like in October, I think.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, he's pretty cool though. He's very entertaining.
Well, that probably explains the 50 viewers a night
Mhm.
thing.
Well, I gave him a follow.
Cool.
So,
All right, who wants to go next?
Moving
Memes?
on.
We're just gonna go in like this order that we're in.
What
So
is the
we're
order
going
that we're
in. I would be below Tina.
Yep.
Okay. So, one of my favorite Twitch streams to watch is this channel called Geek and Sundry. Very big channel, but they do a lot of tabletop games, and they do a weekly Dungeons and Dragons called Critical Role, which I am absolutely in love with. If they're who left?
That was
We've
Tom.
lost someone.
We lost Thomas.
Thomas.
No.
Dude, this always happens, man. It was EA. They did it again.
Yeah.
2 times.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, Geek and Sundry, big channel. Oh, Thomas is back, okay. But
sorry about that.
No worries.
in the Critical Role Dungeons and Dragons, Matthew Mercer, aka amazing voice actor, is
Yeah.
Dungeon Master,
Yep.
and just overall a hilarious, amazing stream to watch.
I'm gonna follow all these people because I feel like
Tune in.
What was that name?
Geek and Sundry.
Geek and Sundry, tune in Thursdays at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to watch Critical Role.
I can
Geek
dig it.
and Sundry.
Yeah, I put it in my
Yes.
Twitch channel, or like in the Twitch chat. I'm putting everybody's stuff in there.
Cool.
Oh, hey, one of my people is here.
No, Bourbon. What about you?
Man, you know, it's changed a lot, but honestly, at the moment, I'm going to have to go with a guy named Jabberwocky. I
Oh,
believe that's...
Jabberwocky.
Yeah.
What does he play?
Yeah. He plays a lot of War Thunder. I actually kind of came to know him just by randomly, like, hopping onto his stream, like, a couple of weeks ago when I was still on vacation. He turned out to be a really cool dude. He's Australian. He's got really, really good, like, production quality on all of his stuff. You know, his audio is really good. He's definitely a knowledgeable guy. And he's just a really chill dude. He's the exact kind of person that you would want to be playing games like that. Like, he doesn't rage. He doesn't freak out. He just kind of, like, does what he does. And you know, it's just a really low-key environment when I'm in there. And he also seems to be able to hold his alcohol pretty good. So, I mean, that's obviously, like, a massive point of respect for me.
Oh
yeah,
my
he's a
God.
great dude, and I've met a lot of really cool people because of him. Like he's part of a sort of an expanded community, kind of like what we got going on here, you know.
Gotcha.
So he was the
gotcha.
gateway to a lot of really cool stuff.
And his name again, Jayberwocky? How do you spell it? Jay.
Jayberwocky. I think it's Jayber Walkie. He might have 2 J's in it though.
Well, let me
Yeah, let me
know.
check.
And when you know, I'm gonna give him a follow.
Yeah.
And then what about you,
Insane.
Thomas?
I mean, it's definitely changed, from day to day, like week to week. But like, I think I've been watching a lot of Sequisha lately play like Tarkov.
His
and,
mustache, man.
Yeah, it's
This
pretty
fucking
epic.
thing.
No, this guy's mustache. It has its own zip code. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it has its own citizenship. Yeah, I bet I was able to meet Sequisha this past summer at Guardian Con in Florida. So he's definitely one of my favorite streamers. He streams a lot of Tarkov, and kind of like a variety as well. But yeah, he's a really cool guy.
How do you spell his name? Sequi.
ISHA, I think.
I think you're right. Let's see if that
Yeah.
works.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
that looks right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it did. Okay. He literally, like, his stream, Garrett had it on the other day, like, while it was late at night, like, really late at night.
Yeah.
And
He streams at really random hours.
I was trying to fall asleep and I was watching this guy, and I shit you not, like, my heart rate kept rising from just watching him play, and I couldn't fall asleep because of it. I was like, I have to, like, tell myself to stop watching this because it's so
He's-
fucking intense.
Yeah, he's pretty chill, but he has a lot of entertainment value just because of, especially like when he plays Tarkov, it's just pretty hilarious.
Yeah, what about you, Ariel?
I think my favorite streamer at the moment would probably have to be Momo Swift. Actually, met him on Twitter first before I started watching him, and he's just like the super like upbeat, like super like he's just so energetic that like doesn't matter what he's playing, like you're super into it. Like he's super into marbles and Smash and any Pokemon games, and like he usually has like 60 to 70 average viewers, but like he knows every single person in his stream. He makes like those connections, and like I just really appreciate that because he doesn't let like those numbers get to him. Like he still makes those connections, so that's why I really like him.
Yeah, I think I'm following him on Twitter too. I've only caught like his stream twice, but I agree. He seems really cool. Like he's really funny on Twitter too. So
Definitely, yeah.
that brightens my stream up or my feed up or whatever you call it on Twitter. I'm new to Twitter. Can you tell?
Oh yeah.
What even is Twitter?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
It's
even use Twitter.
like a bird.
Bunch of birds in the air.
Tweet.
The sound that birds make.
Holy shit.
Okay.
That's a realization.
What's up? All right. Pumpernickel's turn. What about you?
For me, I don't think I really have a favorite streamer, but like Markiplier, probably.
Yeah?
I need to start watching him now.
Yes.
Like-
I'm not.
Can't argue
familiar.
with that.
You said Mark Implier.
No,
Markiplier.
Markiplier.
Markiplier. Markiplier.
Does he
No, it's
stream on
AR.
Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does every once in a while.
Ah,
He's
okay.
one of the greats, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
only
I've
I've seen
familiar
a lot
with
of his
his,
like I've seen like
Legend.
clips of his shit. It's just so funny. Like the some of the shit he says is just like what the fuck.
Oh, did I
His
do it?
delivery too,
M-A-R-
man.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not the right one. That's not the right one.
Yeah.
Is that the
what
right
did you
one?
say? M-A-R-K.
Mark- Markipliar.
Oh, so Markiplier.
I
It's
spelled
like
I misspelled it by
multiplier,
one
but it's
letter.
Markiplier.
Ah, got it.
My bad, guys.
Oh, good.
It was literally one letter. Okay.
Yeah, you're close. You're
Yeah.
close. Oh, shit.
I like him because he does a lot to support his community and the communities of other people, and to just take care of the world as best he can. So,
Yeah.
plus he's super entertaining.
Very.
I can dig
He's a
it.
beacon.
He's a what?
A beacon.
Oh, I thought you said a vegan, and I was like, all right, maybe I won't check him out because I'll never hear that.
Throw that shit out.
Oh, this fucking vegan man.
But fuck him, yeah.
He's
Oh,
not a
God.
vegan. But he did recently open a clothing line.
Hey,
Oh.
get
That
some
sounds
threads
cool.
by Markiplier.
It's actually a
I'd
really
buy it.
cool clothing line.
I was gonna say it probably most of those ventures turn out pretty good because
Mhm.
they're not designing them; they have other people to do that for them.
I can dig it.
No, he personally like got into the design for these things.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
It doesn't
It's called-
surprise me.
It's called Cloak.
I can dig it. I
Mhm.
guess it's my turn. One of the first people that I started watching on Twitch, I guess, is still kind of my favorite streamer. With the exception of like the people that are like smaller that I've networked with and watched their stream a lot. She's probably like the only other like bigger streamer that I watch. She goes by Yui. Let me try to shout her out.
She's streaming right now.
She is streaming right now. She's really fun. I don't know, like there's just something about her that I like, about her personality that I like. I feel like no matter how many people are watching and no matter how many people come in and out, and she can keep track of like everyone's like personal details that they tell her, like just quickly in passing, like, oh, I'm from California or I'm from here, and she remembers that shit. It's almost like I respect her, not as like a colleague, but I like kind of like look up to her, if that makes sense. Like she's kind of like, her stream has the vibe that I aspire mine to like have. So
That's pretty cool.
you should check her out if you haven't already. She's super fun.
Yeah, she sounds cool.
Yeah, she's really cool. Let's see. Let's go for the next question. This one's not really a question, but it kind of is. Thomas, have you had any buffins lately? If so, what kind?
Yes, and blueberry.
What?
Have you had
blueberry?
any buffins?
What is a buffin?
Yeah, can you explain on that?
Can you elaborate on what a buffin is?
I think it'd be funnier if we just moved to the next question.
I think it would be too. Okay.
Was that Bill?
Muffin.
No, that was Kelp's question. Some of these are anonymous. Some of these I have people as names for who they for who submitted it. This person just put Yeet as their name, so we're just gonna go with that. But the question is, have you ever been pulled over by a cop? And we'll start with Tina.
That's a good question.
Oh, why is it always me?
Cause you start. We're gonna go in the same order.
Okay.
You're
okay,
Tina.
Okay. Yes, I have been pulled over before, multiple times. However, I've never gotten a ticket.
What'd you get pulled over for?
So the first time I ever got pulled over, I got pulled over while I was going to work one morning, and I was speeding, even though it was obviously a speed trap, because I was so focused on like the people in front of me and like the cop that was like over on the side that I didn't pay attention to how fast I was driving. And so the cop was like, "Hello, you should probably stop." And so I got pulled over, and I was going 10 over the speed limit in a 35-mile-per-hour zone. And he was just like, "You realize how fast you were, catching up to that car in front of you?" I was like, no,
Yeah.
actually.
At least you're
and he was
honest.
like, yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, so license and registration." And then I was like, so I tried to look for it, right? And then I was like, oh shit, I don't have my license on me.
Wow, I always thought you were responsible and shit.
Because I forgot my purse at home.
Likely story.
So, and so he was like, "Is it suspended?" And I'm like, "No." And so he's like, "Okay." So he just wrote me this ticket where I just had to like show it to the DMV, and I just had to pay $5.
All right, that's not too bad.
Got off easy.
Yeah,
So that was the
That's
first
great.
time ever I had ever gotten pulled over. So
And you got off. Yeah, you got off easy, so that's pretty good. All right, Memes. What about you?
Quite a few times in my life.
Oh no.
I thoroughly enjoy the speed of a vehicle.
Understandable.
Speed.
Understandable.
First time I ever got pulled over is the only time that I have gotten off with just a warning, and it was for going 98 and a 55.
Holy
Jesus.
shit! How much
Holy
was that?
shit, dude.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What are you
Yeah.
driving?
A 1997 Ford Ranger.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
You'll blow the fucker up.
Jeez.
That's about as
Oh,
fast as
Tone
it
it
can
down.
go.
Yeah. Aside from that, I've gotten trapped a couple times where I was able to prove some things and other things I couldn't. So nothing insane.
Pretty wild. All right, what about you, Bourbon?
I want to preface this story by saying I love the police. I really do.
Oh god.
Oh, no.
This is going downhill
That's-
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. You know, I'm not a bad
Quality
guy
entry.
either. I was pulled over 4 times in one night,
Ah!
That's a lot.
and I didn't
Oh
even get
my
a ticket.
goodness.
So basically, what happened was like I was probably like I don't know 16 or 17. It had to have been one of those years. And my buddy, like we just gotten our license at about the same time, licenses, and it was summer vacation, and he like texted me. He's like, this cop, dude, he's such an asshole, you know, because I live in a really small town. There's only like 4 or 5 cops, and only like 1 or 2 of them are on the night shift. So he's like, man, this guy's being such a dick. He pulled me over and all this stuff. He's like, let's go fuck with him tonight. I'm like, that's a really bad idea, but I'll come with you. So we start out in his car, and then the guy pulls us over. And then he's like, shame on you, stupid shit kids. Yeah, you shouldn't be doing this. So then we go get my car, which had at the time like a 12 or 1500 watt speaker system in it.
I
And
just
we
want to jump in
proceed-
here and say for a second, if you're at home and you're like, this is a really good idea, let's go fuck with the police tonight.
No.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't
So
do
we started to just like base the various neighborhoods, of the town. We got pulled over once and then another time for the noise ordinance, so this is like time number 2. And he's like, turn that shit down, which we did. And then the next time, let's see. I think that the time after that was the time that we followed him for a while. That was really
Don't do
bad.
that.
Why are you doing that?
So he pulled us over again. And he's like, A, stop following me, and B, turn that shit down again. And then like we got pulled over for the final time, and I'll never forget. Like he walks to the like he was exasperated by this point, and he walks to the car. He's like, guys, fucking go somewhere else. Like go to
Stop
another town
doing
or
it.
something. Like he's like, I don't have time for this. Like I don't have time to be chasing you guys around. Like this is annoying to me.
Oh
And
my
I'll never forget
God.
because he could have thrown the book at us for all that stupid shit that we were doing, but he didn't. And even though we thought he was such a jerk, he took it upon himself not to like legally destroy us like he probably could have. So that's why these days, among many other factors, why I respect the men and women that serve as police officers here in the United States of America.
Terrell for president. Oh my god, no, that's funny though. All right, what about you, Thomas? I'm gonna assume it's no because you're like, bitch, I am the cops, but not really.
I've had a lot of interactions with the police, but like never where I was like, I never got pulled over, but like I got in a wreck one or like a wreck. It was more like I hit a parked car. That was really the
I'm
only.
sorry.
That takes talent.
Wow.
That's a skill.
That's the only like
That's a skill.
point in my life where I've been like in trouble with the police.
Because they got to show up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I mean like I
that's
didn't
not
get
too
a
bad.
ticket or anything, but
Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, that's what I expected. I feel like if you were like, I've gotten 100 tickets, I'd be like, I don't believe you.
Whoa, how?
All right, what about you, Ariel?
So I've gotten 1 speeding ticket. It was actually one of those like where you're speeding and you see a cop and they don't catch you, and you should have taken that as a sign to not speed because you didn't get pulled over. That happened 2 times, and I'm like, oh, I'm invincible, and then a cop finally saw me. But I just come off of a what do you call it? Tollway where the speed limit's like 70 onto like a highway that was 55.
Mm.
And so it's one of those like you just keep going the speed limit. Like wasn't a busy time of day. Everyone's kind of speeding. I was going 16 over when he got me,
Oh, shit.
but I saw him slammed on the brakes, and so 'cause I was going faster, not realizing it because I'm just cruising down the road. I was crying.
Aw.
Aw.
And because I was like 19, I'm like terrified. First time I've ever been pulled over.
Right.
But I just paid the ticket because like my friends were like, oh, you can go to the courthouse and like fight it because most of the time the cops don't show up, so you can get it taken off. But it's like, but I
PPJ.
was speeding. Like I'm not gonna.
Not gonna
Whatever.
fight.
oh, so
them.
actually he wrote you a ticket then.
No,
Even
yeah,
though you're crying and stuff.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, what'd he say? He
He
was
was-
just like, I'm gonna
He
get
was
you.
like, where are you in a hurry
Smart
to?
guy.
I'm like, I'm just trying to get home. It was like the last day of the semester. I was just trying to get home from school. 'Cause I was like done. I'm like, yes, I'm free from school. Like it's not like I had like a real
Not so
excuse,
fast.
pretty much.
That sucks.
But I did have to drop $300, so that sucked.
Yeah,
Fuck. Mm.
That was expensive for
Ouch.
16 over.
But I haven't.
That's an oof.
haven't gotten one since. So you live and you learn.
That's good.
That is good. All right, what about you, Pumpernickel?
Oh boy.
He's like, I've
Well-
been arrested 100 times.
No, not
I'm
100.
actually in
Still
jail
looking
right
for
now.
Not 100. But I was actually recently pulled over on New Year's.
Oh,
I was sober. I was sober. Promise.
That's good.
Until I got home.
yep.
Caveats to everything.
Yep.
I mean, there's a way out of everything. But like, the cop was pretty nice. All it was my license plate.
Yeah.
Light.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
they
it?
like that one. That's a good one.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Oh
Cause you
yeah.
never noticed
like-
that shit.
So
They like
for,
to use that one for probable cause.
for anybody else who has gotten a finable ticket, Ariel said $300. What is your biggest ticket? As a sub question.
I never.
125.
Oh man.
I
Zero.
never got a
Mine
ticket
wasn't
'cause
a
I'm
real
a-
ticket.
Oh.
So.
Nothing.
But
Feels
ba-
bad.
yeah, basically, I've been pulled over a shit ton of times.
never.
Like a shit ton, like probably more than 10. But I've never received a ticket.
Jesus.
I always just like smooth talk my way out of it, I think. So yeah, I've never actually gotten a speeding ticket. I have gotten like parking tickets and stuff, but like no, never. But I've been pulled over like so many times for speeding, and I always just pull because I used to work in one city and live in like the next city over. So I'd always pull like, oh, I'm not from here. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the speed limit right here. I totally was, like I always was. Or sometimes I really wasn't familiar with the speeding limit like there, but like I saw the sign, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I always just kind of, one time we were going to karaoke and the cop like asked me if he could join karaoke, like come with us.
What?
Yeah, no, I was looking good that day. Like I was like, me and my friends were dressed up, kind of, and we were going out to like a bar. And he's like, where are you ladies headed? We're like, oh, we're going to such and such place to go karaoke. And he's like, oh, I haven't been there. I get off in a little bit. Like,
He's,
do you mind
he's
if
trying
I?
to put the moves on
No,
you.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, do you mind if I like come with or like meet you guys there or something like that? And I was like, well, you have my information because you just ran my shit. So show up, I guess. But he didn't show up, and I didn't get a ticket. So I mean.
Oh.
Because you can't write me a ticket later, can you? If I was like, I'm actually not
No.
interested in
No,
dating
no,
you.
No.
He was
Yeah.
trying to play the cuff game.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Without putting actual cuffs on you.
I mean.
Oh, not till later. I think.
Not till
He
later.
can still like write you a ticket.
I mean, the motherfucker's got all day to try. Like, you're not the only person.
Yeah, no, usually it doesn't go that way though. Usually it's just I either seem stressed or I cry. I can cry on cue, so why not? Or
yeah.
one time I was like, I just have to poop. And the cop was like, okay, well, let's go to the
Yeah, I don't
gas
really want you shitting
station."
your pants right here, so you go ahead.
So shit you not. I got that
Yeah.
idea from Sherry. It worked. My
I got hit
boss.
with a 528 fine.
That's so expensive. Why?
Jesus.
Ugh.
It was for one of my modified vehicles I have owned in my life at a car show event down in one of our big towns. Car show happens for like 5 days down there. And, you know, crowds are tempting you to do stupid things while sitting in traffic.
Peer pressure.
Yep. Got the best of me. And next thing I know, there's flashing lights from about 5 cars behind me.
Well, hold
Oh,
on.
they called the boys. They like, no, we're not handling this guy alone. Call the backup on this guy.
Well, no, I did I probably did a burnout that was like half my tire life.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yep.
That's
And,
cause for concern. They all show up.
well, you see, at the car show event, it's like that's a one cop ordeal at this event that we go to.
I gotcha.
Yeah. there's been people that, if there's no traffic, whenever they do a big burnout and they see a cop like in front of them, they'll just go reverse on the street, and somebody around there will let them into their parking garage or something.
And you got away.
Is this
Yeah.
Fast and Furious? I think it might
That's
be.
super illegal.
No, it's called H2O International in Ocean
Quite
City,
as fast,
Maryland.
about the same level of ferocity.
Yep.
All right, let me look
Yep.
at the next question. Oh, this is kind of a good one. It's random. Sort of.
Uh-oh.
What do you aspire to do in life if not streaming? Tina, you can go first.
Good one.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
Well-
we're getting deep.
A lot of people already know about me if you watch my stream at all, but I am currently in pharmacy school, so I'm going to be a pharmacist. That is my current aspirations. I only stream for fun. I don't plan on doing that as a career. So yeah.
Drug dealer.
Legal. Drug
Legal
dealer.
drug
Thank you very
dealer.
much. Okay.
What about
Drug
you,
dealer in a
Brandon?
onesie.
What's your goals?
To just be able to cruise wherever I want to. I don't
To
know how I'll
cruise?
get there. Yeah, to hop on a boat and go on a cruise and just do that my whole life. I
That
don't
would
know
be
how.
awesome.
I don't know. Let me be an entertainer on a cruise ship.
You can
Fine.
do that. Honestly,
I
like
know.
that's a thing. I wanted to do that for a
Yeah.
while. All right, what about you, Bourbon?
So like currently I'm working at a furniture factory, a cabinet factory, and if I can't swing management there, or if it doesn't look like it's going to be worth my time, I would really like to get into a profession that involves like selling things to people, whether that involves like getting my realtor's license or selling insurance. I just feel like I need to be in front of people all the time, you know, and be like working with, actively engaging with individuals, whatever that takes the form of. That's what I want to do. Like I don't really know.
Join me and be a car salesman.
Dude, I actually have thought about it. Like, I'm trying to sell copiers right now. Like, I'm trying to get on at this place that sells copiers. And I'm like, I'll sell the fuck out of your copiers. You'll have to give me more fucking copiers.
We need a new copier at my job. You'd have to come to Florida though and sell
Hey.
it or something.
Yeah, I'll make a road trip. I don't even care. It might cost me as much to get down there as I would actually make or more,
To sell the
but it won't
copier.
matter. That's great economics. That's fine.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what about you, Thomas?
I mean, I'm kind of like Tina, where if you watch my stream or you like read my bio, you kind of know. But like, I grew up in a law enforcement family, so I think the end goal for me right now is like federal law enforcement. So maybe like FBI, DEA, CIA, or something.
So you're gonna spy on us through our phones?
Holy
Maybe.
shit.
Also, I've kind of been thinking about law school, so if streaming doesn't work out, it'll be one of those two things: either federal law enforcement, or maybe law school.
That's the sound of the police.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, what about you, Ariel?
Well, I have like no super specific, I would say aspirations, but I know like my main goal is to just help aid in my community in some way. So either through like helping volunteer and helping like grow the community, or maybe becoming a teacher. That's like a possibility I was thinking about at one point. I just don't know what would be best for me currently, but some way to just help grow and like educate the community in some way. Like that would be my goal.
That's the most wholesome answer. I love it.
Teachers
it
are
really
a
is,
very
man.
respected position.
Why are you
Yeah.
gonna make us look bad?
I feel like shit
I'm
now.
like, I want to grow wings.
God.
And
God.
she's like, I want to help people. Okay, what about you, Puppernickel?
Well, outside of streaming right now, I currently work as a barista, but like, when I was in college, I was going for medical science and criminology.
Hey.
So I was trying to both become an EMT and a CSI at the same time.
Crime
That-
scene medical event.
That sounds cool.
He's dead, boss.
Sorry, you got nerves
Like
of
a lot
steel,
of work.
dude.
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah.
full service package.
Yeah,
you
but
can be like the new house, but like house meets CSI.
Not a
like-
The
Addicted
house
to this.
outside the hospital.
Yeah.
I actually really like that house. Or that show.
You're
I
like
like that show a
apartment.
lot.
I like that house.
It's a nice
I
house.
like that house. That's a really nice house.
All right. I guess my turn. So, if you would have asked me this like 10 years ago, I would have said I wanted to like teach music or like perform on like Broadway if there was like no limitations when it comes to like if I could dance. Really, is what I mean. But so that used to be my goal. I just got a marketing degree with an entrepreneurship minor. So I think I'd like to open my own like marketing / design company. But lately I've been doing social media marketing a lot because I kind of like fell into that position at my job. So maybe it could be like a social media marketing / advertising agency. I don't know. And that's all if like streaming doesn't, I don't think streaming will ever like supplement my full everyday job. Not just because like I don't believe in myself or something, but because like I feel like that could get kind of wearing. I've heard a lot of like stories about like people kind of losing their identity and like never leaving their house because they're like just streaming.
Kind of
and
want
I mean,
that
I
day
already do
job to
that,
keep you
sir.
grounded.
yeah, so I'm like having a job outside of streaming I think would, like Terrell said, like keep me grounded. But if I could do anything, I'd like to open a marketing or advertising company of my own. I think that'd be fun. Okay, we're gonna go on to the next question. Next question is, what is your favorite cereal?
Oh my god.
Tina. I don't know who thought of all
Reese's
this
Puff.
shit. Reese's Puffs? Okay, what about you, Memes?
Yeah.
I'm not a cereal eater.
All right, that's a good answer. All
Are you a
right.
serial killer?
Oh,
I'll kill some
you
cereal.
figured me out.
All right, what about you, Bourbon?
Honeycomb.
Hey,
Oh, I
I
haven't
love
had that in a
those
while.
too.
What about you, Thomas?
So light.
I mean, I don't really eat a lot of cereal, but I would say either Frosted Flakes or like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah. All right, what about you, Ariel?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Tina's like, I'm a cereal enthusiast.
I really
I am
love
a
me
cereal
some
enthusiast.
Honey Nut Cheerios. Those are my all-time
Oh
favorite.
shit.
All
love
right.
those too.
Tina's just like, I love cereal. All right, what about you,
I'm
Papa
feeding
Nickel?
my guinea pigs.
I was wondering what you were running around for.
Yeah, I'm feeding them.
What is for life?
Guinea pigs. And
Guinea pigs
onesies,
can't be your
probably.
favorite cereal. No, what's your favorite cereal, Papa Nickel?
I don't eat cereal a lot these days, but I gotta go with honeycomb, just like my boy over there.
Yeah.
So,
shit.
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
for the
I'm
higher
kinda-
class individuals.
I'm kind of gonna
It's,
copy
it's
Tina
some good
too.
stuff.
I
It's
knew
some
you were
good stuff.
classy as fuck, just like me, dude. That's why we get along so well.
I mean, can't you see my sweater vest? I mean, I'm classy.
My favorite is
fact.
probably either Reese's Puffs or S'mores if they still make that cereal.
Oh my
I
gosh.
do.
That cereal
Dude,
is
yeah.
good as shit. But Reese's Puffs is like accessible. They sell it in the big family size boxes. I can like chow down.
Accessible.
But I never eat, this is like a random fact of the day. I never eat cereal for breakfast. It's like super rare. I just eat it for like snacks at night. Like that's
I do remember when I went to
more.
high school, it was a cinnamon life.
cinnamon
What?
loaf.
Cinnamon life.
Oh.
I thought you
Oh.
said,
I thought you
they
said
said
loaf.
cinnamon love. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah, that too. That was in my later days.
Oh man.
Alright, next question is, what is the worst injury that you've ever had?
Mm.
We'll skip Tina because she's feeding the guinea pigs and we'll come back to her. So Memes, you can go first.
So this was back in 2008 or 2009. I was very much into the Korean martial arts of Taekwondo.
Oh.
I was on a demonstration team, and they had me doing a really crazy flip kick onto a mat, just testing it out. And I went to go do it, went down, and my big toe wound up meeting my calf.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's
So
not good.
yeah, that took me out of there for about 10 months,
I can imagine.
and I could never perform to where I was. Yeah.
That really sucks. Alright, what about you, Bourbon?
So it's not like an injury per se, but a couple of years ago, like I had really bad acid reflux, GERD, whatever they call it, and I ended up having surgery for it, where they made 5 incisions in my stomach, and I won't say exactly what they did because it's kind of gross, but effectively they tidied some stuff up, like in that general area, and the recovery from that was pretty fucking terrible. Having those incisions and then having the muscle, was pierced and all that. And I couldn't really do a lot for a couple weeks. It took me a while to start getting used to walking, and you never realize like how much you use your core, as like obvious as it might seem, until it's
Yeah.
like been pierced by 5 little robot knives. But like it was pretty crazy, man. And like I was like hydroed up for a couple of weeks, and that was weird, because I'd never done opioids before, haven't since. I thought Battlefield 1 was good for a
That's
couple
good.
weeks. Because I was high as fuck. But that was about it for me.
That's pretty intense. All right, what about you, Thomas?
I mean, as a kid, I had a lot of injuries, but I think the number one was brain surgery. So like when I was
Pretty
7,
intense.
I'll try to shorten the story here. When I was 7, I went through these like bouts of seizures, and no one really knew what the deal was, and they found like a bleed on my brain. Yeah, that I have the scar. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, probably not, but yeah, right there. So like that goes all the way across my head. I had like 43 staples
That's a lot.
in my head, I think.
Staples.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Yeah, that's probably the. I have a ton of other injuries, but that's probably the one that takes the cake.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Getting your brain like poked at is
Oh God.
the like the freakiest sounding thing ever. Oh my god. What about you, Ariel?
So, knock on wood, but I've like never really had any injuries. But when I
Bam.
was younger, I guess like my body didn't grow proportionately. So, it was my left socket of like my shoulder, like my arm bone didn't really fully like, it was like didn't grow at the same rate, so it was kind of loose. So my arm would always pop out of place.
Oh.
It did it like 8 or 9 times over the span of like 4 months. But I'm like, I was so young, I don't
Holy
remember any of it.
shit.
But apparently, like, my mom like hated it so much, and it just
I
took me a
bet.
while to like kind of grow into it. But
Ow.
That's wild.
That sounds painful.
It's not an
I mean,
injury,
I
but
don't
it's
remember
something.
it, so
Well,
I'm
it's
chill.
almost worse, because at first I was like, oh, you haven't had any injuries. That's cool. Then you're like, oh no, but my arm just popped out of socket on a regular basis. Oh,
No
hang on, let
big
me fix
deal.
this.
Oh my god, that's horrible. All right, what about you, Pumpernickel?
Technically, I have 2. One of which is here on my forehead, where I got smacked in the head by a baseball bat.
Holy shit.
That was super fun.
I
And
bet.
then there's a cat. I just realized.
Yep.
Out of
and then-
curiosity, how? Like, was it an accident or?
Oh yeah, we were messing around in a batting cage, and he
Okay.
flung back and clocked me.
Holy shit.
Still wasn't fun though. Got like
Oh
got
no.
got a couple staples in my head. Because
Well,
they didn't want
damn.
to shave my head and give me stitches.
Completely understandable.
Ugh. That sounds horrible.
What about the other one?
Yeah, you said 2.
I have currently got no soft tissue in my right shoulder
Ooh.
because I crushed it in football.
Oh no.
Big feels.
Yeah, it was not fun.
That's horrible.
That's probably the worst injury, though.
I'm like, for me, I'm pretty clumsy, so we'll preface it with that. It's really hard for me to pick like the worst, like because it's like the worst as in like the one that took me the longest to recover. The worst is in the one that hurt the most for me. The worst is in like the one that affects my daily life now. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to like classify
So much
it.
bad.
Yeah, I've had a
She's
lot of.
very clumsy.
I fell down my stairs literally like last week, but I didn't break or hurt anything. I just kind of like got rug burned burned down my fingers. No big deal. My butt has a bruise, but like,
I mean,
no
your
big deal.
stairs they're kind of a
Are the
hazard.
stairs okay?
The stairs are fine. The stairs they came up, but I guess one of the, well, you guys heard about the whole concussion at Busch Gardens thing, so I won't use that. But I'll give you 2 abbreviated examples of times that I've been weirdly injured. The first one, I was fishing on a bridge here, and it was like low tide, so I was like trying to climb down onto like these rocks to put my fishing pole in there to in
God.
turn drink a bunch of Smirnoff wine coolers. Yeah, it was a weird time in my life, but I had climbed down, and there was like a layer of algae, probably like 2 inches thick. I swear, I don't even think I'm exaggerating with the 2 inches. And my foot slipped forward like this into other rocks, but they had mollusks on them, and they were all in different directions.
Oh no.
So like my foot was stuck on the rock, and like I couldn't like cleanly take my foot off of the rock without it literally like ripping my foot up. So I had to literally rip my foot up, and there were like literal pieces of my skin on this rock. It was so gross.
Oh God.
But anyway, I hobbled into a CVS because I was scared I was gonna get in trouble.
CVS.
I was scared I
CVS.
was gonna get in trouble because I was underage drinking, even though it was like 2 wine coolers. But
There's been a problem.
I literally hobbled
Man, have you been
in.
drinking today?
I hobbled in and asked them where the butterfly closures were, which are like these weird little bandages that are supposed to like keep your
Yeah.
skin together. We're hobbling around. The lady's trying to find them, and she's like, "For what?" And I was like, "Oh, just this. You know, I'm bleeding all over your store, ma'am. Like this. My foot is gonna fall off." So anyway, we fixed it, and then sort of fixed it. I have scars on my feet now, but on my one foot. And I butterfly closured them up, and then Ace bandaged that up. And
Oh, no.
hold on, butterfly closured them, and then gauze padded, and then Ace bandaged. And my foot decided while it was healing to just literally eat the gauze pad, so I had to rip my foot open again to get the gauze pad out. Yeah,
Jeez.
it was a shenanigan, and all of
You're
this
like the
was trying
fucking
to.
Punisher.
Yeah, I felt like some kind of. It was
Some kinda way.
Oh, it hurt, but so that like stands out to me because of how stupid it was for my reasoning to get hurt, and for how stupid it was.
How it was
because-
handled?
Yeah. So that's the one major one, and then another time I fell off of a table at my mom's work, which was also my school, but during like the extended care time. I fell off of a table, and I fell on the side of my body, and everything was fine. Like I didn't hit my head, I didn't hit anything else except my hip, and I fractured my hip, and then like it bruised. But the cool part about the bruise was it was so like black and blue and like weirdly patterned that it looked like the American flag. And like I shit you not, I wish I had a picture. And when you touched it, like you could see the blood move. It was really
Oh
gross.
my God.
It was so bad, and now I still can't feel like it basically like killed the skin tissue there, or like the I don't know what they call it, but
The
like the
nerves.
nerves
Your
there.
nerves.
Yeah, and I can't feel if you just like slightly like go like this on my hip. I don't feel it, so I kind of want
That's
to get
metal.
a tattoo there that says
Yeah.
like I didn't feel this, but you know that's stupid. Anyway, that's my
Tina,
2
your turn.
biggest ones.
Because we skipped her.
So I have told this story because it's my only biggest injury I've ever had, honestly. So this happened when I was like 9 or 10. Can't remember exactly. But I was living in California, and it was raining really hard. And my mom was driving me home from school. And so like we park at the house, and we didn't have an umbrella, so I try to like jump out of the car and like run to the house, right? So I'm like this, okay? I'm like trying to cover my head so I'm not looking in front of me.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
that's
jump
where
out
it
of the
goes wrong.
car, and the passenger side door opens. I don't see this, and
Oh no.
my head just runs straight into the side.
No, no.
And I'm just like, and I'm crying, obviously. And my mom carries me into the house, And at first, it's just pain. All I feel is pain, and like she's like holding me, kind of like cradling me on the sofa inside the house. And she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, obviously it hurts." And she pulls her hand away from like where my head was, and there's blood.
Oh,
Oh no.
Shit,
Yeah,
you
so
really
she
wanted
calls
to get
the
inside.
ambulance. Yeah, so she calls 911. She calls the ambulance, and I'm taken to the ER, and then I had to get stitches.
Oh
Here.
no.
And
oh,
like the worst part
Ow,
of it
dude.
too was like the shot that they gave me in order to numb my head to give me stitches
Oh,
hurt
man.
more than when I hit my head
Oh,
against
so you're like, oh, it's okay now. I'm at the doctor's. Ah!
I was just
How
like,
old were you?
ow, what the fuck? Yeah, so that was my worst injury ever.
she said she was between 9 and 10, somewhere in that area.
Wait.
I
Okay,
think
so
I
you
missed
got
it.
out and then you ran, and then the passenger, like, so you. That's some serious acceleration.
Yeah, it is.
That's amazing. Like, I mean, I'm sorry that you got hurt, but it's like,
She was running so
like,
fast.
yeah.
9-year-olds are fast, okay?
Hey, she's blue. She's blue. She's like Sonic.
Yes, that's crazy.
Sanic Dragon.
Alright, let's see the next question. Oh, this one's kind of a good one. The question is, what was the best thing that's ever happened to you while streaming?
Hmm.
The
I'll
best
start this
thing-
one. Haven't started streaming yet.
Alright, so Memes doesn't get to answer.
Disqualified.
Disqualified.
What about you, Tina?
Let me see. Ow. She bit
That
me.
was obviously not the best thing.
You're good.
all
at
that Bill's
writing
man.
is not the best.
The best thing was she's trying to like get off my hands, so she's biting me. She's like, "Let me off," or "Let me off." Hey, stop. I think the best part was when I was playing Nier a while ago, and like Nick, I don't know. I think Terrell. I think you were actually there. Like the streamer that I was talking about, Nick Gregory. He was there. He like stopped by, and like we were talking about how like Kuro was like, yeah, there's this one achievement that you can get from like trying to look up the main
Oh, yeah,
character's
I was there.
panties. Yeah,
I
Tom.
remember
I
that.
was there too, like in real life, like down in the
Yeah,
living room.
I know you were upstairs. So yeah, I think that was like the most hilarious part. We were like just all trying to like look up this girl's panties to get
And she
the
swipes you
achievement.
away.
Hang on,
It's
I'll
funny.
check
Yeah,
the
she
wiki.
like swipes you away.
It's funny.
Damn it, it's not working. Get in the command console.
We are like,
Yeah.
we're perverts.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so Memes doesn't
Lord.
have one because he hasn't started streaming yet, but soon he will be streaming. Shameless
Oh.
plug, give him a follow. But Tara, what about you?
It's kind of a duel, like, because obviously one of the, like, the coolest thing that's happened in recent times has been, like, Kelp throwing those bits out. Like, that was really cool. I didn't expect to get, like, that number of bits, you know, this early in the process. But really, the honest, like, the coolest thing was just getting the amount of followers I needed to get affiliated. Because it
Ooh.
happened, like, late one night, and it wasn't a normal time that I was going to be streaming, but I'm like 2 away, so let's just see if we can do this. And Jay, the guy that I talked about earlier, that's one of my favorite streamer, he hit me with a host, and he brought like 8 people in, and most of them followed, and it was just so fucking cool because it made me go way longer than I should have, and I was really, really tired. But I remember going to bed just being like, I did it.
Yay, that's awesome.
Big hype.
It was pretty hype. I'm sure I was drunk as fuck too. Like that, it's kind of a
Always
given
drunk,
in
so-
these stories.
No
Poggers in the
judgment.
chat, man.
Yeah, exactly. Poggers in the chat. I'm gonna go pass out for 24 hours. See you guys later.
Yeah.
What about you, Thomas?
I don't know that I have one favorite moment. Like Kilt, obviously, like Ankle said, she like
Kilt's
threw a bunch of bits my way. She's my bit mommy.
Oh my god.
And she subbed to me as well, which is like that was an insane. I think that was during our Deceit stream.
Yeah.
I think that would probably take it as far as like the coolest thing that's happened. That or just me getting affiliated. But I mean that's kind of a cheesy answer because like I guess it's something that happens to all of us eventually.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully.
ideally.
Yeah.
I know that like the stat on like how many people are streamers on Twitch versus how many people are affiliated is still like crazy, like like the fact that you guys have all accomplished that is like something to really be proud of, like because there's a lot of
Yeah.
people who don't, they give up before they get there. So
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a big
Kudos,
accomplishment, but it is.
Hey, you know, prom's not a big thing, but you'll always remember yours.
yeah. Yeah. I don't think
Well,
it's
I
cheesy
didn't
at
do
all.
mine, but
All right, what about you,
I'll
Ariel?
leave mine for another day.
I don't know if there's any like one super specific thing, because usually just having like getting to talk to anyone in chat, like I feel like that's kind of like an awesome thing. Like when someone hangs out for like the entire stream, like I just really appreciate that and like really makes my day and makes it like a great stream. But also honestly, just kind of like making friends along the way, like I feel like that's the best thing. And like it kind of feels like I make a new friend every stream.
Yeah.
So like that's what I just kind of like.
yeah, I second that. I
But,
love
yeah,
meeting
it might be kind of
new
lame,
people.
but I mean,
I don't think
consider
any
that
of
one
these
the
are
best thing.
lame. You guys keep saying they're lame, but I'm like, no, these are good answers. Like Family Feud, good answer, but really, I think it.
Good answer. Good answer.
What about you, Pumpernickel?
Pause before I answer that. Shout out to all my peoples that are invading your chat right now.
Yeah. Hi guys.
Hey.
What's up? What's up?
But I think my biggest thing was that, like, you know, I told you this story already, I think. Getting the email about DreamHack midstream and seeing that and knowing that I got invited out to do something that's just that insane and huge, and it was a limited amount of people, was mind-numbing to me.
No, that's just wild. I remember when you like shared that information, and like I was streaming at, I think when you came in and told me, and I was like, that is fucking awesome. Like, big props. That's a really big thing.
And then going to DreamHack and getting like 12 subs and I think like 20,000 bits
Whoa.
was just another ridiculous thing.
No, that's pop.
Amazing.
That's pretty awesome.
And it was one guy.
Oh.
One guy.
Damn.
Not all
I'm
heroes, man.
Wired to be that person.
Yeah, I would let, man, that would be so cool to be rich and like have money and just be able to, you get bits and you.
No, I'm legit when I like become a pharmacist and I'm actually like I actually have a job. That's what I aspire to do. Is just like go onto Twitch streams and just like donate to people.
To like make them happy. Yeah, it's so awesome.
Like the bit cannon, you're like aiming the bit cannon, like who's getting fucking bitted today?
You get bits.
Fucking
You
lit
get
it
bits.
up
You
today.
get bits. Everybody gets bits.
That's awesome. So Captain Hashron said share how you got those bits, and now I want to know. So can you let us all know how you got the bits, because now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Well, it was towards the it was during the Rocket League portion of my stream at DreamHack, and I, being the wonderful and well-prepared streamer I am, left my controller at home.
Oh.
So-
my god.
Big oof.
My good friend Hash Browns came in clutch and let me use his during the event,
That's awesome.
and he was stuck on a mouse and keyboard.
Oh.
But it was one of those like really stupid Japanese split mouse keyboards.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I
weird.
got
Or
you.
keyboards, not mouse and keyboards. Just the keyboard. It was just.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
running to the
split in
bathroom real
half.
quick.
Yeah, no worries.
And like, the bet was that if he scored a goal on mouse and keyboard, that the guy in my chat would donate the rest of his bits. So we were like, oh, okay. That'll happen at some point tonight. And we were like, oh, he's gonna have like 500 bits or something. And then when the 20,000 something odd bits rolled in, I was looking at the
I'd be
screen
like,
like,
Oh.
no, I broke for like 3 seconds
yeah,
because it
Yeah.
was nuts.
that's
Yeah.
so
Good night.
much. People are so generous, and that's like the most wild part to me.
Yeah.
I guess for me, first of all, I want to shout out Hash Brown for the sub and Shadow for the
Ooh.
follow. Welcome, Pumpernickel people. And I wanted to say
Welcome.
Pumpernickel people kind of, because that's really fun. But yeah. Anyway, so I have like I've been streaming for like a little over a year now, and I feel like there's been some weird moments, and I don't know, like monetary wise, like the ones that like stand out to me was like when Jerry donated for my new chair after my car accident in Colombia, and I had the donation goal and nobody had donated towards it, and he donated like the whole thing so I could get a new chair. It was like really awesome. It was like right before Christmas. I literally like cried, like kind of in my head, but like outside, but I went off screen. But I like that was awesome. Like one time kind of recently, this guy that I didn't even know, like he was seemingly just like random from that day, came in and donated like a shit ton of bits, like literally
That was
like
beast.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
beast.
$140 something of bits, like little by little each time. But like, and he hung out and like played like Jackbox with us. It was really fun. Like he was really nice, but like also like the generosity was crazy. But like one of the main things that I like really remember, it's kind of random, but it like stands out to me a lot. I was streaming like Siege or like something, I don't even know what, and some Moroccan dude hosted me or rated me or whatever, what have you. But all of a sudden it was like hundreds of fucking Moroccans, like all just speaking in Arabic. And I was just like, Moroccan party, but I don't know what you're saying. And it was like really awesome.
Rockin' party.
It was awesome. And a lot of them like stayed around. Like Harit was like one of my mods for a while, and he like came from that. Like he was awesome, but like it was just random. Like I don't know, like, and we ended up like stopping playing Siege. I like played Siege with some of them. Like the Moroccan party was really fun. So like that stands out to me. It's really funny. But yeah, I don't know. Like a lot of cool things happen to me when like pretty much all of your answers. Like I agree. Like I like meeting new people. Like that's like one of the main things. But I guess this is kind of rolls into our next question. The next question is, how did you start streaming? What inspired you?
Rikta!
Hi, Rikta.
Mine's super easy. It was Amanda.
Me. I'm
It was
Amanda.
Amanda!
The one above me.
Yeah,
Wait,
that
she's
one.
cool.
Yeah, for me on the Discord, she's above me, but like on the thing, she's all the way over there.
I'm all the way over
On-
here. Oh
On my
goodness,
screen,
thank you
she's
for the
above
biddies.
me, but on the stream, she's below me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What about?
So Amanda was like, Tina, start streaming, because I live with her, and I was just like, I don't have a camera. She's like, well, use my camera, and I'm like, okay. And that's how I started. Yay!
So, what's gotten me into wanting to start stream is just watching a bunch of streams online, seeing all my friends streaming games, and seeing the support that they get, and being part of this, and seeing how everybody's so generous to each other and so caring for each other.
Yeah, it's a big community. Like really, I'm kind of surprised by it. Like not knowing
Definitely.
anything going in. What about you, Taro?
Like at first, because when I built my PC like 2 years ago, just with the intention of playing as many games as humanly possible on a platform that I really enjoyed. And like Twitch never even really entered my sphere. And then gradually, like I think by the time, like whenever Tom and I met, we were playing Escape from Tarkov a lot. And I think Tom, you watched like Cotton and stuff, and like
Yeah.
you got me into watching Cotton because I never really watched anything on Twitch before. And then gradually, I started to filter down smaller and smaller streamers and started to hang out in people's streams. And Amanda obviously gave it a pretty big push forward. Like I streamed a little bit, like about a year ago, but anytime I would stream, something would be wrong or something would go awry, and I wouldn't want to do it. But then seeing what she built, and then obviously with the whole stream team thing, arising, I decided that it was time to try to give it a go, to be dedicated and see if I could actually do anything with it. And her community's been awesome. It's been freaking amazing to be in here and like watch this all develop. But yeah, that's honestly it. Just friends of mine that have started streaming, hanging out with them, kind of learning the ins and outs, being taught a lot of the ins and outs, because I'm like moronic when it comes to technology. But yeah, that's it. Just integrating into many Twitch communities and realizing, the community aspect of this is really where it's at, and that's where I want to be. And I really
Aw.
enjoyed it.
I love it. I love it. What about you, Thomas?
I mean, you're my inspiration for streaming, Amanda.
Aw.
We met in an Overwatch game, I think.
Yeah, we did.
And just kind of got like I hung out in your Twitch chat for a long time, and I think you really pushed me to stream, and you supported me a lot while streaming as well. So
I forced everyone to
it's kinda
stream.
yeah. I mean, I have you to thank the most, I think, as well as like people like Slime Bride that I met through you.
Yeah, I met her
seeing
from
what
Queens of Gaming.
She does, yes, as well as several other streamers. I just really love the social thing that comes along with streaming, meeting
Yeah.
new people, meeting cool people.
For sure.
So yeah,
What about
We're
you,
not
Ariel?
cool. What are you talking about?
What social?
I feel
Rude.
like the reason why I started streaming is like, well, it's mainly because of like several streamers. So like Slime Bride, Amanda, and one of my other streamer friends, Got Milk. Slime Bride is like the person who like really introduced me to Twitch. I didn't know really what Twitch was until like I saw that she started streaming it, because we were mutuals on Tumblr years ago, and then we became mutuals on Instagram. So I didn't really know anything about Twitch, and then she started posting about it on her Instagram, and that's what kind of got me into Twitch, and like watching everyone, and that's how I met Amanda, and just seeing how you guys just like have so much fun with it, and like meet all these people, and have so much fun playing the games, and make them like into like community things too. Then I started just watching more and more people, and then that's when I met my other friend, Got Milk, and he was talking to me one time, and he was like, well, why not? Why don't you start streaming? And like, I didn't really have a reason not to. It was just mainly my own like social anxiety of it. But like, once I really thought about it, it's like, well, I didn't have a cam at first, so I was like, well, I mean, no one's gonna be looking at me, so there's no social anxiety. Like, no one can see me.
No one can see me. I'm just talking the same way you would if you're playing any other game, like online, talking to people on there.
Yeah. So it was kind of like a mixture of everyone just kind of like introducing me to it, and like realizing like the great people on Twitch, and then it was also just like, why not? You know? So I'm like, I'll give it a shot, and I'm like having a lot of fun with it, so it was worth the jump.
That's good. That's actually a good way to look at like life in general. It's like, why am I not doing this? Like, do I have a reason not to?
Yeah.
No? Like,
Right.
instead of like looking for all the reasons like why you should or why you can or whatever, like sometimes those can be hard to find, but then like the why nots, if you can't find any, yeah, go for it. Like, whatever. The worst thing that'll happen is you don't like it, or you don't keep up with it, or whatever. Like, all right, what about you,
True.
Pumpernickel?
I started streaming technically like 4 years ago
Oh shit.
from my Xbox,
A veteran.
and then I quit for a long time. And I got back into it seriously about a year ago. I met a group of people that were nice to me for a good while and treated me pretty well. And they got me back into streaming, and then things kind of collapsed there. And Amanda knows this story.
Yeah, I do.
But after that, I kind of was just like, I like streaming. I like the people that I've met. I like the community that I've managed to build here. And I like how happy getting to know people and putting myself out there feels. Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does.
I guess. Like, I want to be a good influence on people.
Definitely. That makes sense. I feel like everyone kind of like wants to do that, but then I feel like I'm not a good influence, so don't do what I do, guys.
Oh, you're a terrible influence.
I was just say, not as I do. Glug, glug,
Underage
glug.
drinking and slicing their foot open on muscles.
That was horrible, Brandon. Literally horrible. And the fact that like I was so stupid and did just go to the hospital and get stitches. Like, that's more stupid, because you think they would
No,
care
I
I
can
had
fix
two
it.
wine coolers. Like, they would not care. They don't care. Like,
yeah. I thought my brain surgery was bad, but then you told that story, and I was like,
Shut up.
nah.
no, it hurt so bad though. I'll show you the scars. I'll take a picture of the scars later. They're not like
Oh
that
my
bad
God.
now, but they were like really, really like dark before.
Did they at least give you a good deal on the band-aids?
No, it was full price.
Full
They didn't even
price.
care. They didn't make me clean up the blood though, so I was like, haha.
Oh, that's good. Just still bleeding, but clean this up, please.
Right?
Just
I
whenever you
would've
get
been
the
like,
time.
Ma'am, can you bleed outside of my store?
Yeah, exactly.
It was an accident. All right, so I guess it's my turn. This is kind of like, I guess not the same answer that everyone else that I kind of like have met from streaming gave, because like I feel like a lot of the people like that are in my community, I kind of like try to get them to stream themselves. But for me, like I didn't have any. I just went in blind, like completely, like nobody. I knew nobody that streamed. I knew very few people who actually even played games. So I've always kind of like, I wouldn't say I've always had that issue, but like growing up, like Tina knows, she went to my high school. Like there was a small group of people who would game that we like hung out with, but like after high school, like things don't always, like you don't keep that same group of friends. Like everyone moves away, everyone does other things, like everyone starts playing other games even. And so when I started dating Garrett and he convinced me to actually get into PC gaming and like help me build a PC and all this stuff, he was the one who actually told me about Twitch and said that it'd be like something that maybe I'd enjoy, whatever. So I checked it out, and initially going into it, I was like, I don't know, I used to be a bartender, like some people know that about me, and I got a desk job, and at my desk job I don't really talk to people and I don't really like interact with anyone other than like the few people at my small companies that I work for. So for me, I was like, this could be like my substitute for that, because I really liked like the interaction of working at a bar, and I was like starting to miss it. But I don't want to work till 5 o'clock in the morning, like that's just not ideal, because you end up like not being able to like keep any like normal relationships, like friendships or significant other type relationships when you work those hours. It's also like a really bad idea to just like be drunk every day, like that's not a good thing. So basically, like,
It's not healthy.
yeah, so like my stream was like supposed to kind of like fill that void that like I kind of was like starting to miss with bartending and stuff like that. And it was also supposed to be a way for me to like find people that play the same games that I play, so I can like have friends again that play games, because that's like something I really missed. I went in blind and like talked to nobody for like months, and then when I realized that like, hey, like there's a lot of people on this website, maybe I should try making friends, I think that's when it all changed for me. And I think that that's when things kind of like clicked, and it kind of became the thing that I wanted it to be. So now like I feel like I'm in a place where, yeah, like my channel's not giant, and like I'm not like averaging thousands of people or even like hundreds of people, even sometimes tens of people, but I'm always pretty much, there's always someone around for the most part to like talk to and hang out with. And I feel like that kind of like helps me, like, I don't know, kind of have that interaction that I was craving and I had no way to get. So I mean, I'm thankful for it, and I think that Garrett saying that like kind of insisting that I check it out was like one of the best things. So that's my story. But yeah, I'm glad I did though, because I've met a lot of people that like I would consider like actually like some of my closest friends from this.
Yeah,
So
same.
let me see.
Yeah, and then if Amanda hadn't done that, I wouldn't have done it. So
Well,
Yeah.
we'd
I
all
met
be
some pretty
lost.
cool people.
Yeah, we wouldn't
Yeah,
be here.
I probably would have never streamed either. So
So I have another question.
Amanda wouldn't post up in Overwatch people and made me, or talk to me and join a game in there, and I wouldn't have been here.
Right? Overwatch people, that Facebook group.
Yeah. That's how I found Amanda.
Yeah, that's like another good way to like find people like that play the same games you want to play, and then like who knows, like those people could like end up being on your stream team or in your stream community, like whatever.
That's so weird too, man. It really is.
What a coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the next question is, what's your favorite kind of music to listen to while streaming? But I'm gonna like addendum that to be like, or in general.
Ooh.
I know
So
Brandon's
I-
answer. Go Tina.
So I really just kind of listen to anything. I have like a random, like my current playlist on like my media requests, like when it's like my default is just like kind of like popular songs, like the top 100 or whatever. And so that's usually what I listen to because that's like what's on the radio, honestly, and that's I like listen to that when I'm driving. But I also listen to like Disney. I love listening to pop in general and like alternative rock and like indie pop also. So that's kind of like the type of music I listen to the most.
What about
Okay.
K-pop? Do you listen to that?
I do.
Hell yeah.
You obviously know that. Which is what I should ask. But yeah, I listen to K-pop a lot, but I don't normally listen to it on stream, obviously, because a lot of people who watch me don't actually listen to that. You know? So I try not to like play that when I'm like streaming.
Yeah, I can dig it. All right, what about you, Brandon?
Okay, so normally whenever I'm playing games, you know, in the background it's some kind of, you know, either 70s, 80s rock just going on in the background, some newer rock. If I want to get hype, Eurobeat goes on.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
I knew you were gonna say that.
Gotta have it.
yeah. And then, you know, I'll throw on. I have my Spotify subscription, so I'll throw on like I got Childish Gambino radio on there. I got 30 Seconds to Mars radio. You know, just a big mix. Just kind of change it up every single time.
I can dig it.
Yeah, I can't listen to the same thing over and over and over again. I gotta get different things going.
Yeah, I like it. I knew you were gonna say Eurobeat though.
Yeah, that's the only
That
reason I
gets me
said
going too sometimes.
I'm right back, y'all.
What about you, Bourbon?
So like on my stream, that people request a lot of all kinds of like random stuff. We end up listening to like, you know, for whatever reason we end up listening to marching band music half the time. Not sure what the deal is there. It's
Okay,
a fun
well,
time.
you know, during fucking tanks, I would imagine that.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. Like it's awesome. But like me
Fucking Ride of the
personally,
Valkyries.
yeah, I have like an utter obsession with like acoustic music because I've always
Oh.
been really into, you know, like sound and acoustic guitar in particular. You know, and I worked at obviously, you know, CF Martin Guitars, established 1833. See your local Martin dealer for details. Like the
Plug, dude.
Shameless
yeah.
plug.
like you know, I remember when I worked at the shop, anytime we get like a real new like high-end guitar, we'd all gather around and like we'd just strum it and just listen, you know, and it was just it was kind of like tasting like fine wine or something like that, you know. It was really cool. So I look at anything that is a more intimate setting, you know, like it's got to be like I like live performances. I love watching like live cut performances of like people just doing real simple stuff, like a lot of bluegrass, a lot of folk. There's actually one artist in particular, Jessica Hoop, Jesca, I think. Jessica Hoop. Her music is like fucking magic. Like I literally, even as a musician, like I don't understand how she does half the things that she does. It's just so good. It like it makes me cry. Like
Aw.
100%, man. Like she does some really good stuff. So just anything like that. And she's got like she'll do an album and then she'll usually do like an acoustic rendition of that album. So there are several that are like that. You know, I love the electric version. The acoustic version is just like perfect.
That's up in the Chrome for whenever this is done.
Right?
I
Same.
promise you won't miss it.
All right, what about you, Thomas?
I mean, if you've ever watched one of my streams, it's usually rock, rap, or like modern pop songs. But I have a Spotify playlist that I have like almost like 2,000 songs on or whatever. That is just kind of like every song that I like in the moment. So it's just an archive. I think the playlist is a couple years old now. And
So
like
you put as your like
it'll-
backup stuff.
Yeah, it's like what I listen to off stream because there's a lot of like randomness to it. Like it'll go from like I don't know some modern pop song to like 1970s like Willie Nelson to
He
like
ain't kidding either. He's not
Yeah.
kidding.
I've heard it.
it's just super random. But like
Willie's the real man.
from old to new, there's nothing I love more than like finding a new song I really like. And yeah, I love music.
I can dig it. All right, what about you, Ariel?
So I'm pretty much into any like super fast upbeat music. So that's typically is like rock,
Eurobeat.
electronic. Huh?
Eurobeat.
You're
Get into it. Get into it. You
Maybe,
will
I'll
not
look
be
them up.
disappointed.
Yeah.
It's a genre.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, because normally I don't really like country music just because of it tends to be slower or like slower in tempo. But I usually like things that like if you like turn up really loud, like your heartbeat almost becomes in sync with it because of like how fast like the drums go.
Yes.
Like I usually like stuff that like gets me pumped up. Especially for Overwatch, you really need something to get you pumped up if you get crushed. So I normally like Rise Against is one of my favorite bands.
Ooh,
Hell yeah, saw them live.
thank you.
Ooh, same. I've seen
Oh
them
my
twice.
god, I'm
I love them.
so very jealous.
And then another band is like Nothing More or like Thrice. Just like they're really like I wouldn't say like upbeat in like a happy way, but like up, it's like a even if it's like a sad song, you're just like jumping up and down, like
They have good
screaming along
tempos.
with them, you know, like having a good time. So
I can get behind that. I think I agree. All right, what about you, Pumpernickel?
I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. Country, rap, rock, alternative. I was forced by Hash Browns to listen to some K-pop band that I can't remember the name of. I'm sure he'll blurt it out in chat at some point.
I'm like, what do you think of it?
I don't know. K-pop?
It's something.
It's just K-pop.
This
But-
is music.
Yeah.
It's
Bobbing
trying
along
to.
it.
It's trying really hard to be music.
Oh my god.
But lately, I've been feeling the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse album.
Ooh,
Oh, that was such a good movie,
big
though.
feels.
hmm The movie was good. The album's great.
I had some good music, yeah.
Big
Sunflower is
Marvel
like
fan.
one of my all-time favorite songs.
hmm
I gotta listen to this album because everyone's talking about it. Like, and even
You
just not
do.
right now. Like in general, like in life. All right, I guess it's my turn. So I guess when I'm streaming, I pretty much just have song requests on. My backup again is like similar to Tina's. It's like a top 40 tenant thing, but I guess when I'm not streaming, my preferred music is kind of all over the place. Like I really love like oldies, like rock, like hair metal and like things like that. Like that's fun to me. I really like I love Chicago. Like that's a guilty pleasure, but like Chicago
Oh, we
is
both
the
love musicals. yeah.
Chicago's the shit. Well, I mean, like Chicago is in the '80s band, but also the musical. But, but
I was just talking about musicals. I forgot about that for some reason.
yeah, like show tunes. Like I can get down on some show tunes. Like I can sing you
Yeah.
like probably like 10 Broadway shows. I can sing you the whole thing, the whole production. I can do the dances. I got you. Disney music, I
Extreme.
like it. I have a metal band tattooed to my back. Like I used to be really into like death metal. One time I went to a show though, and they
really?
slaughtered a pig.
Oh my god.
It wasn't a band that I
Wow.
was familiar with. They were opening for someone, but they legit slaughtered a pig. Come to find out, it's just an act. Like it is a pig, but they don't in fact slaughter said pig. Like it's already killed and then drained of blood, and then they put fake blood in there and then like spray everyone with it. And I was
That
like,
makes
so
it better.
Still be
Totally, that's
intense.
fine.
It's still gross.
Definitely not still Nightmare Fuel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, was it real? Okay. Cool. Never mind. I don't want my money back now.
Yeah, no, it was wild. But yeah, it wasn't like super crazy, like, but it was yeah,
Pretty
anyway.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, and
Sounds pretty-
I don't know.
pretty
I listen to
fucking
like
crazy to me.
electronic music sometimes. I listen to like a lot of acoustic music too. I listen to acapella music. Like I'll listen to like pretty much anything. Again, like Ariel said, like I don't listen to a lot of country, and a lot of the country that I have listened to is from like mid 2000s. Like I know a lot of country from that era, but like I don't listen to any country that comes out now. But that's usually because like I don't really like the tempo, and
It sucks.
yeah, like they need to have more
Yeah.
like
It ain't no
upbeat-
Garth Brooks.
yeah, they need some upbeat country songs. Like I don't know, they need to fix their genre up a little bit. But everybody else, every other genre, it's pretty much a-okay with me. I don't listen to like K-pop or like a lot of, I don't know, whatever genre you want to call that. There's like other things in the K-pop
Do you
genre.
listen to Spanish music at all?
I do. I can sing you some Spanish songs.
Hey.
Again, some of the Spanish songs that I know though are like older, but that's because like I feel they kind of took on a everything sounds the same now to me, like beat that they all use, like reggaeton always has the same beat, but like a lot of older Spanish music's really good. Like the guitar, the acoustic guitar in it's like really good. Anyway, but I could go on forever, but that's that's essentially
Everyone throw your jajas in chat.
Ja,
Yeah.
ja,
Ja, ja,
ja.
ja, ja, ja.
All right, the next question. So we have like 2 or 3 more questions, and then we're probably gonna save the rest of the questions for the next one.
Right.
So I just want to let everyone know, Jaja Biggs. Okay, so next question is, what is your ideal pizza? What toppings?
Ooh.
Okay, so my ideal pizza is a white pizza.
Yes.
I don't really like red sauce in general. So I prefer a white sauce on my pizza if possible. And there's this one that I get from California Pizza Kitchen. It's like it's a spinach and something. But like I like vegetables on my pizza, or I like pineapple. So don't hate me. I like
Hey.
pineapple on my pizza.
Oh, big
Air
fan.
five.
Big
Air five.
fan.
Yeah,
Ah.
You guys
Yeah.
are gross, you heathens.
whatever.
Criminals.
Well, you can take your regular old pizza. I'll take pineapple.
Yeah.
Mine.
Oh my god. All right, what about you, Brandon?
Okay, so I love my Domino's pizza.
Oh god.
They're the best. Get their, multi-herb crust. We get the good robust Italian red sauce on the base. We get the cheese. And then they throw on. See, this is the kicker right here. You get the Italian sausage, and then you get the
Hell
banana
yeah.
peppers.
Sausage.
Gotta
Oh
the
my
accent
God.
Too, you know?
Oh, that's the
Italian
It's the
sausage.
only way that you can order it. You gotta get the Italian sausage and the banana peppers, and then you get the buffalo wings to go with that.
That's the
Oh,
New York
yeah,
Italian
dude.
accent. New York.
I like it. What about you, Taro?
So like, all right, you got to call Pizza Hut, and they still do this, even though they don't know that they do. And they changed the name of the fucker like 4 times, like while they had it in production. But what you do is you get a thin crust pepperoni pizza, right? And onto that you add banana peppers, you add Peruvian red cherries. They'll say they don't have them, but they do. You know, just fucking look. They're behind whatever in the fridge. But anyway, so
They
Peruvian
haven't
red
reordered them
cherries.
since '92.
Yeah, green peppers, jalapenos, and there's another like a dusting they can do on the crust that you have to get as well. And that forms what they used to call a 4-pepper pepperoni, but they don't have it on the website anymore. And then on that, when I was working at the music store, we used to put this salsa that my boss's nephew made in his basement on it. And it was really, really, really good, dude. Yeah, it had brown sugar in it. It was
Odd
weird.
place to make
Basement
salsa.
salsa.
Yeah, basement
Yeah.
redneck salsa. You know, like
and
the
4-pepper
FDA hasn't.
pepperoni hidden pizzas.
FDA doesn't even know this shit exists, man. Like it was amazing. Like, and that combination is so good. But yeah, you get that pizza from Pizza Hut. Like you're gonna have to fight with them a little bit. You may have to talk to the manager, but you will get a fantastic experience.
I love it. All right, what about you, Thomas?
I'm kind of just simple. Like, I kind of just like meat on my pizza. Like, the meat lovers pizza. I think it's like sausage, pepperoni, like ham, bacon, or something like that.
Yeah, just like every
Uh,
meat, whatever. Like
yeah.
some cheese, regular sauce, and every
That
meat.
that works for me. So yeah, that'd probably be my
That sounds-
preferred pizza.
Delicious. What about you, Ariel?
Yeah.
So my usual go-to on my pizza is like I usually always pick chicken as my meat topping, just because like chicken's like one of my favorite meat toppings for pizzas. I just love chicken in general, and I either pair it with either like pineapple or roasted red peppers or like jalapenos, just depending. I usually just go for a 2 topping because it's cheaper that way.
That's
True.
Sometimes I do like half and half, like half pineapple, half red peppers. And yes, Domino's is the way to go. It's the proper
Thank you.
joint.
I
do
think
a lot of
Amanda has
marketing
a
for
love-hate
Domino's.
relationship with
fucking-
Domino's.
Yeah. I like their stuffed cheesy bread, but also like I'm so tired of looking at their marketing materials. Like I can't even
Yeah.
begin to tell you. They're running a push week soon though, so get ready for that. All right, what about you, Pumpernickel?
Mushrooms.
You're like,
I totally
what do
lost
I
my train
like?
of thought here.
Oh.
No, I totally lost my train of thought. I have the
Hey,
exact.
come on,
pizza
man!
that
You
I
gotta
like.
get your pizza in your head.
Yeah, imagine
I don't
the
want my
perfect
pizza in my
slice
head.
of
I want it in my
pizza.
belly. Okay.
He's like, I'm getting
feel
hungry
you,
now,
though.
guys. Thanks.
I
Right?
am.
Fuck.
But thankfully, I have these.
Oh
anyways.
yeah.
I have
Uh,
different flavored Kit Kat.
Thankfully, this was sitting right next to me.
Oh.
Domino's.
Hey! We can't have advertising in here.
So what you got? Mushrooms. What else?
Mushroom, pineapple, roasted
Yeah.
red peppers.
Oh.
Yes.
Occasionally green olives.
Hmm?
Was that a questionable or a?
No, it's a
Let's
beautiful
keep
pizza
going.
so far.
Yeah, what else is on that pizza?
And
I think he's aroused, is what that was.
There's a semi going right now. Let's
Hey,
keep
hey,
going.
keep the meat on your pizza, not on your pants.
Yeah, that's
Hey.
Wait, that's actually probably a bad thing to say.
Yeah,
Now
don't
that I
put
think
your
about
meat
it.
on
Don't
the
put
pizza.
your meat on the pizza, dude.
Oh boy.
Then either chicken or sausage.
That sounds awesome.
I think I'm kind of
dig it.
plain too. Like again, like Tina said, like I don't like red sauce that much, but I'll eat any pizza pretty much. But like if I could build my own, like I'll get white sauce. I'll get a bunch of different cheeses. Like I love feta cheese, so if they have feta cheese as an option, like I'm getting that shit on there. And then like any meats. So like 1 or 2 or 3 or 5, however much I'm feeling like paying for the pizza, I'll add however many meats, but like nothing else. White sauce, cheese, feta cheese, and meats. All the meats, minus the meat that's not supposed to be on the pizza.
And we
Every
gotta talk about that.
all the meats.
She doesn't like vegetables.
I don't either.
Oh, that was so funny.
yeah, you know, there has to be at least one vegetable on your pizza.
So it's
No,
like
I
you
don't.
like
I
your
don't like
pizza-
mushrooms or olives.
Oh, come on, ruining.
yeah,
my
no,
party.
I rotate between like
Dude.
the banana pepper and the mushrooms,
Dude,
and
yeah.
sometimes I
think
get the
banana
jalapenos
peppers
on
can
there.
get too tart though.
You think banana what?
Banana peppers, they can get too tart, like the.
You gotta
flavor.
pair it with other stuff though. Like you
Yeah,
can't
that's
just be
why.
dumping
That's why you
banana
get the
pepper.
Italian.
on
its own.
You
You know,
get
it
the Italian
overpowers.
sausage. No, you get the Italian sausage.
See, yeah,
because it's
that's
got
about-
all the
I'm about
other
to slap
flavors
you
in
with
there.
Italian sausage.
Hey,
I'm not over here with like an hors d'oeuvre fork, just like shoving banana peppers in, just like this is so fucking good.
I mean, I used to get like the gallon jars of banana peppers. I
Yeah.
didn't eat those.
You guys
I
like my
see.
cup?
Holy
Oh my
shit,
goodness.
really?
Hey, legal
I wonder
drug
why you
dealer
have.
here.
I wonder why you have that cup.
Legal
And
drug dealer.
I will bet $4 PayPal that you got it at Spencer's.
I didn't get it. I got it as a present.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah,
the
probably.
present
probably
was
from
from
Spencer's.
Spencer's.
Now you gotta find out. All right, okay, next
Well-
question, guys. This is the second to last question.
Oh.
It reads, what is the first game you ever remember playing?
Oh.
Oh.
Mm.
Easy clap.
I
Huh.
think the first ever game I remember playing was Donkey Kong
Ooh.
Really?
on the Super Nintendo. Yeah.
All right.
Really?
Yeah.
We're aging ourselves on accident, but go on. What
Yo,
about you,
yeah,
Brendan?
this is gonna be bad.
Wow, I'm gonna throw out Duck Hunt.
Ah, shit! That was
No,
mine.
no,
but
no,
now I'm
no.
picking anyway.
Never throw at Duck Hunt.
Yeah, no, I'm throwing Duck Hunt out as the first game I remember because there was a gun that I got to shoot at the TV screen.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, I remember that vividly. There was Duck Hunt, and then we had a Donkey Kong as well. My dad had an old NES system,
Mm.
and he hooked that up to my TV one day, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was in love. That was it.
I
The
can
love
think of
for
that sounds
PC
awesome.
gaming. Or the PC gaming. The love for gaming began.
Gaming in general, yes, that was right there. I can shoot goddamn birds in the air.
What about
Also
you,
for
Taro?
hunting and fishing.
Yes.
Like, honestly, like the first game that I remember playing, as odd as it is, would have been Doom on the PC.
Ooh.
Wow.
Because my dad, I don't know, he gets into stuff randomly and then just drops out of it. So computing, by the turn of the century was obviously a pretty big deal. And so, he was like, this is the future, son. We have a computer now. And like, he was all like, he got it set up. He had no clue how any of it worked. Like his buddy set it up for him. It's like, it's got games on it. Play games on it. So I'm like, cool. What's a game? I don't know. I'll play games on it. And I couldn't have been more than like, let's see, the Doom was released in '93. I was probably 7 or 8 because it was like 2000 or 2001. And I remember just being like, oh yeah, give me more of this for the rest of my life. And he didn't realize how
Thanks.
violent the game was either. He was like so happy that it worked and everything, and he didn't realize that I was like shooting the shit out of demons and all this stuff. Like,
Oh
the
my
forces
God.
of hell will overtake you. Yeah, totally lost on him.
Oh my god.
He still doesn't get the rating system these days. No, nobody does. That's like that age around here.
Oh
I
my
can dig
gosh.
it. That's a random game though. I that's crazy that's like the first one you remember.
That's
too.
why I'm such a big Doom fan. Like I'm so hyped for Doom Eternal. Like it's painful.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
I was
I'm gonna
8, I think, when I played Donkey Kong.
I'm gonna throw out Redneck Rampage. That was another one on the PC.
I've never.
I
heard
don't
of
know if
Redneck
any of you have
Rampage.
heard of that,
No.
but it was intense. Look up Redneck Rampage if you get the chance. That's a game I vividly remember.
Oh my god, no.
All right. What about you, Thomas?
I think it would have to be Soul Calibur. I don't remember which one. It was on the PS2, and I would have been like, I think it was before the brain surgery, so it would have been like 5 or 6 for me. Maybe like 2004, maybe 2005.
Oh, hey, Joe,
Wait, am I older than him?
I,
don't know how old are
I'm
you.
pretty sure.
I'm
yeah.
22.
oh yeah,
Oh,
So,
yep. Okay, you're both
I
babies.
think I'm the
Yeah,
youngest.
Thomas
is the
on
baby.
team.
youngins in here.
Yep.
But yeah, I
Alright.
think
Babies.
Soul Calibur would probably be my first game that I played on
Damn,
PS2.
that's a good one, but that makes me feel old.
Me
Yep.
too,
Yeah.
dude.
What about you, Ariel?
So the first game I actually like remember actually playing the shit out of, cause like I had like an older half brother who like I remember playing games with him, but I don't really remember what. I think he always just gave me like a controller that like wasn't plugged in, just so I felt like I was playing.
Yeah.
But the first game I
The
actually
classic.
played that was mine that I played the shit out of was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was harder than
Yes.
you expect
Oh,
it
yeah.
to be, too.
That game was awesome. Like I still think about that game. I still like. I wish I still had my copy. I wish I didn't sell it. Like
I still listen to
miss
the
it.
soundtrack.
Dude, yeah.
It was the best, honestly.
I might do that tonight.
Right? What
Tony
about
Hawk
you, Pump?
soundtrack night.
Big Pump.
Oh god.
That's what we like said it yesterday or the day before. We were like, Big Pump.
Yeah, and pause the chat. God. I read all that. That was very entertaining. The first game I think I remember playing was this like Atari classic game when I was way young, but I can't remember the name of the game for the life of me. All I know is it was a bunch of lines and dots and things that went boom.
What? All right.
That's about all that I remember.
But you liked it. That's what like
Was it
grabbed.
fun?
Galaga. Sounds like
Yeah.
Galaga.
No, it wasn't Galaga.
No, Galaga's really
It
fun
was
though.
it was like an Atari station that had a joystick with a button on it and 2 red buttons underneath that.
This is like Space Invaders or something?
Might have been.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Then there was
They had that. They had that at my eye doctor, and I'd always play whenever I went there.
That's hilariously counterintuitive.
Yep.
if not that one, then I played Godzilla King of the Monsters on the PS2.
Oh,
that.
good game.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
Good choice.
times. Oh yeah. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I used to watch all the old ones on VHS.
I'm with you, brother.
Have you
I am
played
the
King
same
of
way, though.
Tokyo?
Hmm?
King of Tokyo. It's a board game. Have you played it?
It's so fun.
I have never heard of it.
I don't know. If you like
So-
Godzilla, you might like it. You get to be a monster that like tears up a city. It's pretty fun.
Kaiju.
And you
Sounds
fight
like a
other
kaiju.
monsters. It's fucking
Kaiju.
wild.
I had never heard it until like me. I think Amanda and Tina played when I was there.
Oh, did we play it? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really fun.
Yeah, I think we did.
I guess okay, so it's my turn. So the first game I remember playing was Duck Hunt, but for the sake of not repeating, I'm gonna go with Sonic 2 on the
Ooh.
Genesis,
Oh yeah.
or the Lion King game on the Genesis, which
Oh my
was
God.
incredibly hard. I
Yep.
couldn't fucking beat it at all. I had to get my dad to, and I would just watch him. So I think like for a while, like a lot of the games that I had on the Genesis were so hard that I was just like, I can't play these. So my dad would just play them. So the first game that I remember actually like playing myself, like, and not having someone beat it for me was probably Warcraft Tides of Darkness.
Oh wow.
Or Diablo, like the first Diablo, like one of those, like, or I don't know. I played a lot of like original PlayStation games, but I didn't beat any of them, and like, well, I beat very few of them, and none of them like just stand out to me. Like, Medal of Honor kind of stands out to me. But there was
Well,
this,
the
I
first
didn't beat
game
it.
I ever
I didn't beat it.
The first game I ever beat was, I think, on the PlayStation, and that was Final Fantasy Tactics.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, like, there was a lot of games that I played and then didn't beat. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, Medal of Honor, but then I'm like, no, I got stuck at this one part where you're supposed to like dress up like a German like guard, and then they say, "Where are your papers?" And then every time I showed them my damn papers that I had from the other guy, they knew I wasn't a German guy, and they killed me, and I just gave up. It was so frustrating.
I think I was talking about this in my chat last night. We were talking about like old games and stuff, and like to think back on things, there's so many games I played as a kid that I never beat. And I don't know if it was
Yeah,
because
really, dude.
Yep.
I was like a dumbass kid who was bad at video games, but like
I think
insane
at
on
that
the
point
game.
we were just so much like so ADHD that we're just like we can never sit still long enough to beat a game.
I don't know, like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, they had the disc that you could throw in and get all the cheats for everything.
I
Oh,
never
yeah,
used
And
those,
it was like
but
$10
yeah.
or something like that. And I bought that and then just
Hate my
ran
money.
through the games.
Yeah, I never.
Was it like that, like blue disc
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
for the PS2?
yes.
I had one of those.
I never used those.
Oh, I did. I used them all the time.
I don't even know where I got
We should-
mine.
we should do a podcast topic about this, like gaming stories from our youth.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I got
that'd be really
I got a
fun.
lot.
Man.
I like Garrett now.
Oddworld, old ass Oddworld. Oh man, I played
Garrett
the
listened to
shit
this?
out of that.
I think he is. So, what about Home Alone on Genesis? I didn't play that.
Nope, but I heard that was a shit game.
Oh,
in a
nobody
good way.
wins.
I never
Nobody
played on
wins.
the Genesis actually.
I didn't
I had
either.
a Genesis and a Dreamcast.
Yeah, no, my first system ever was the Super Nintendo.
So you were like one of the other 7 people that bought a Dreamcast. Good to know.
Yeah, I did it. My dad.
How'd
was
that work
wondering
out
who-
for you? How'd that
I was
work out
wondering
for
who
you?
else like bought one. I had
after
one.
the PlayStation 2 or after the Super Nintendo, I had a PlayStation.
Yep, we had the great
Yes.
Nintendo Entertainment System,
Wait,
and then the shit
You can get
PlayStation.
it.
Yeah, the PlayStation, and then the N64, PS2, and then Xbox 360. We jumped a lot.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
So the next question is: describe a world full of clones of you. It's not really a question, but that sounded funny, so we're doing it.
Oh lordy.
Oh gosh. Okay. A world full of clones of me.
like, are there other people in the world, or is it just
No.
us?
It's just us.
Me?
Clones of you.
No, it's not just us. It's just her. At this
Well,
point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It
at
would
this point
be
it's
clones
just
of
me.
Tina. Yes.
Just it's Tina.
you
World.
and clones.
I don't know. Like how are we
it's like,
like
Like, what would you as a group be really good at? Like, what would you put your efforts towards? Like,
Well, the world wouldn't be going to shit. That's one thing.
Reasonable.
Tina's like, I don't know.
We'd be very smart.
They'd all be in onesies, all of
Oh.
them.
Yeah.
All onesies all the time.
You go into the store, that's all you can get.
You know,
There's
no
so many
global
illegal
warming.
drugs.
Onesies
You know,
and
no
Rice
global
Krispies.
warming. You know, Rice Krispies and prescription-shaped mugs.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. I
So
can
many
dig
drugs.
All right.
Talking philosophically.
And guinea
I don't know.
pigs.
Weird flavored
Guinea-
Kit
and-
Kats.
Yeah,
Weird
there's
flavored
no-
Kit Kats and guinea pigs and animals all over.
it. Yes. All right. What about
Yeah.
you, Brandon?
All right. So, I'm going off of, all my different likes. So there'd be the ones that were recluses playing video games and, just focusing on that. But then there'd be ones above ground that were working on cars because that's a big passion of mine. There'd be ones just wanting to interact with people, which is my current social standard, just in my job, car sales and whatnot. There'd be ones wanting to just buy all of the animals and keep them in the house.
There'd
and
be
then-
like Brandon selling other Brandon's cars, and then the other Brandon being like,
Yeah,
"Hi,
the
I'm
Brandon
the
That
first
doesn't work.
There's a branding. There's a meme fucking selling a meme a car, and then a meme on the outside trying to sell a fucking meme.
This
Getting
is like
a
a Rick and
loan-
Morty episode.
Getting a loan for that would be terrible.
All you have to do is sell 3 cats and you got a car.
And everything just keeps trading hands.
Oh my god.
Yep. And then
Barter system.
you go to the fucking basement world where I'm fucking living, and then you got people on the fucking computers running everything.
Yes. This is definitely a Rick and Morty episode waiting to happen.
Yep.
All right, what about you, Bourbon?
All right, so like obviously, I have a lot of interest in the things that I do, but none of that is really relevant because like you just look outside and you just see a bunch of like goofy doofy motherfuckers just like acting all smiley and shit, like everybody's playing guitar. Like, hey, check this out, bro. That's cool, bro. Check this out. You get pulled over, it's like, hey, bro, you're going a little too fast there, dude. You need to get that headlight checked. I'll do that, man. I
Oh yeah,
guarantee
check
you
this
won't have-
riff.
Yeah, check this out, bro. Cops doing it, like everybody's ringing up. Like there's like pomade and alcohol, like all of it is gone within like a week and a half. Yeah, like everybody's drinking and everybody's it's like it's hilarious, man. We're like sending people up to like the space race would be like significantly accelerated. And the first like transmission that we get back from Mars is like, check this out, bro, and then like they're all sending stuff back and forth. It would be a horrifying existence.
That's the world I want to live in.
Yeah,
I
it's
want to live in
pretty
that.
bad.
What about
Just a
you,
bunch of
Thomas?
really upbeat dudes with massive foreheads, just doing their thing.
playing guitar,
Yeah.
fucking drinking
What?
themselves into oblivion. No big deal.
Forehead game strong.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about you,
I don't even
Thomas?
know what my world would be because like my hobbies include like play video games, like shooting guns and like learning about law and stuff. So
It'd be a very lawful place.
Some well-behaved
yeah,
It'd be
motherfuckers.
a
we just
lawful
all
good
be
area.
super well. Yeah, we'd be all super well behaved, and no one would fuck with anybody else, and I would just be super peaceful.
I picture like a Thomas like shooting guns in the middle of the street, like up in the air, and like another Thomas coming up and be like, "Yo, man, that's not supposed to happen." And they're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, okay,
They're
I'm
doing it
sorry."
safely.
Yeah.
I'm safely doing this.
I love
Yeah.
it.
No one's within a 300-foot radius of me.
He has the
Yeah.
safeties
Yeah.
on both of the handguns, and he's just like,
Yeah.
bah, 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 like with his mouth. It'd be way too fucking funny. Perfect. All right, what about Ariel?
I feel like my world would just be everyone crying.
Oh no!
So morbid.
Not in, like,
Oh,
sad
no.
way, but, like I cry if I see like a cute animal. I cry if I see like a really good movie, but like there's like an emotional part. I cry over good books, but I'm also an empathy crier. So if I see someone crying, I'll start to cry. So I feel like one Ariel would start to cry over something cute or something stupid.
It'd be like
and then it'll just be,
hysteria.
like a ripple effect.
And everybody
It's
starts
like-
crying and they can't stop.
So we go back to the pulling yourself over. Like Ariel pulls Ariel over, and Ariel's crying, but Ariel's also crying because she had to pull the other Ariel over. We're gonna get through this. It's gonna be okay.
Like non-stop memory.
It's a world of emotional support.
man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I love it. That's hysterical.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, so it's not as sad as it originally sounded.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, everybody just
sad,
cares
right?
about
Just
one
like
another.
We just love each other and we want to support each other. And like, we'll just start crying because we're like,
Feels,
I love
feels
you,
wholesome,
you know?
man.
That's so wholesome.
So wholesome.
All right, what about you, Pumpernickel?
I feel like it would just be a lot of me's sharing really, really crappy memes with each other.
Hey, I'm a crappy meme. I've been there.
He's a
I'm a
dank
crappy
meme.
And trying to pet every single dog because that is my life goal.
Oh my
To
god,
pet
same.
all of the dogs except Chihuahuas.
Can I share a story that there was a adorable bulldog at my work today? Because we are a
Oh, man.
dog-friendly establishment.
What about cats?
Oh.
Oh my god, I
Tom
pet
is
the
just like, "What about
shit out of that
cats?"
bulldog.
Oh,
At my work, somebody came in with a 3-week-old lab,
Oh my god.
and
I would lose my
it was
mind.
just this little bean of fur, and I was crying and trying to make them coffee at the same time, and it was so difficult.
Oh, that's so cute.
Did you give him love?
I gave him all the love.
Good.
There's no more love.
But okay, you say no chihuahuas, but have you ever seen a teacup chihuahua?
They are just as vicious.
They
Yeah, they're
are this big, and are like Tic Tac dogs.
Tic Tac
So
dogs.
cute though.
No, they're not.
Are
They're
you
still-
looking up
they're-
teacup chihuahua pictures?
They're still Chihuahuas. I
They're
would
still
would-
like, I'm a.
You would
Beat your
literally
ass,
have
like-
to look everywhere you put your foot down.
Yeah.
You need to like strap a balloon to it so you don't lose it, but at the same time
Yes.
it'll float away.
No.
That's a real fact.
That's so sad.
Chihuahua people problems.
Oh my god. Okay.
They're so cute.
So I guess let's see. So a world full of clones of me. We would
Tunes.
be singing a lot. Like we
Yeah,
would
a
all
lot.
be singing.
A lot.
I sing.
And watching Disney movies?
Yeah, like
I can
I
dig it.
sing so much. Like it doesn't matter what's going on, I'm probably singing. Like I had to like try to like tame myself out when I first started seeing Garrett because I was singing too much in the car. Like I think that's a legit thing. I was like,
I sing in the car all the time.
yeah, I'm like, I want to get to know you and actually talk when we're driving places. So let me try to like smooth this one out real quick.
My
and
boy
stop
put up
you.
with it for like 8 months. He's like,
And then I would also try to have like every dog. I would make like dog houses. So there'd be like a house full of all of these breeds of dogs and a house full of all these breeds of dogs. And they would have like one common yard in the middle of all of them. And I would go lay in the middle and just like hug them all. And there'd be a lot of me's just hugging all these dogs, and it'd be so cute and adorable. And there'd be other animals too, not just dogs, but they'd be all in separate areas so they don't like hurt each other. And we would have a lot of karaoke bars, a shit ton of them. Like bars plus singing it equals like happiest Manda. So I feel like a lot of me would have a blast doing a lot of karaoke. We'd have a lot of cruise ships, and we'd have a lot of cheese. Like there would be cheese on every
Oh my god.
cheese on every cruise ship.
yes, no cruise ship
Cheese as a main
is
menu
weird.
item on every single karaoke bar.
No, I want the cheese side with some crackers.
Cruise ship cheese is weird though. There's something weird about cruise ship cheese. I can't quite place my
Fact.
finger on it,
Big
but like
fact.
there's something weird about it. Like I don't know if it's the way
Except
it's
the Parmesan.
pasteurized. Yeah, the Parmesan's fine. The way like the little slices are like pasteurized or something. I don't know. It just tastes weird. It's not bad. It's just weird.
They gotta make sure people
Yeah.
don't get sick.
Yeah.
Dude, I picture, you know, because you got like the karaoke bar thing going on, and like you really like cheese, so there's everybody's enjoying the karaoke, and they're like, oh, they're bringing more cheese out, and there's like one Amanda in a forklift with like a 70-pound like Swiss thing, and they bringing it in, like, hey, here's the cheese.
And everyone just has like
And
sporks,
they're like,
and they're just like
Yeah,
digging
like-
into the
like-
sides, like little sporks.
Yeah, like running into empty tables and shit, just like driving over everything.
Oh no, everybody has a potato peeler specially for cheese.
Yeah, they just start going at it. It's crazy.
And there
Yep.
would be like a minute clinic on like every corner for when we get hurt, because I get hurt a lot.
Everybody.
Yep.
Well, then you guys can all self-prepare. It's cool.
Yes.
So wait,
Everything's
are
fine.
you and Tina just merging in this world now?
I guess.
Yeah,
Tina would be
yeah.
running all the minute clinics, and I would be just kind of like, I hurt myself, or what aspirin
Yeah.
thingy can I take with alcohol? I've literally like done that. Gone in there, be like,
What can I
Tina,
take with cheese and alcohol?
I'm hurting, but I am drunk, and I need to
No,
know.
did you guys see that like Snapchat that she put up when she got sick a while ago? She just had like a hoard of like medicine that I bought for her because she was
just
so
had
sick.
a bunch of medicine, and like I just had a whole thing on my desk just full of like probably like 6 different medicines, and I was like, all right, this is my life now. But I was sick for like 2 months. It was kind of
Yeah,
intense.
she was.
Big oof.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so the last question isn't really a question, but it's kind of a question. It basically says, let me go through it again. Would you consider your team full, or do you plan on adding more people? And I say, for the time being, we're full. But maybe in a month or two, we might add a few more people, seeing how it goes, you know, whatever. But as of right now, we're full. But maybe in the future, we'll add more people. Because I feel like we added Ariel recently. We added Pumpernickel recently, and I feel like if we add too many people too quickly, we'll lose our sense of identity. And whoever, you didn't put your name, whoever put that question in, but I wanted to address it because I like that people want to join, and that's super cool. And the best way to kind of like ensure that you're considered when we do go to pick another person is just like, make friends with us, like be active, in Discord or
Right.
in our channels or wherever you know us from, wherever you
That's how we
found
all
this
came
form.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just, you know, make sure that you're like active, and that's pretty much like one of the main stipulations is just be active and be cool. Don't be a cock. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're kind of always scouting for people, and yeah, like Amanda said, just be active. If you're not like active in Discord or active in someone's chat, then it's gonna be really hard to find.
Yeah, like when the time comes, we
and-
probably won't pick you for, because we don't like
And yeah.
announce like, hey, we're looking for people, apply.
Yeah.
We don't do that. So just, I don't know. You just have
Especially-
to be on our mind.
Just live like Jordan in the VR chat. You know, the great wholesome kid. Live good, die great.
Jordan
Good,
was so
die
funny.
great.
Yeah, the better you get to know us, the better we get to know you, and the easier the process is if we do.
Because it's
decide-
just like it's friends more than anything. I mean, that's the paramount, you know,
Yeah.
feature of all this. Is just we like one another and we like, you know, playing games together. So I mean, like you have to choose people from that stock. You know, there's no way that we could just, you know, bring hi rando and like bring them in here, you know, and make them a thing. So yeah, just, you know, be active, be cool.
And
We'll get in
and
touch
more
with ya.
upon that, just you know, the interaction allows us to see what kind of person you are, be able to
Right,
get
yeah.
that meld in conversation, and just have a good time, because there's too many times where people, you know, they might join in a lot, but you get to know them and the conversation isn't there. You're not able to get that wholesomeness that you have with each other. I mean, I feel like everybody in here, we all have a good meld.
Yeah, man,
And
it's like
that's-
dinner bread conversation.
Yeah, that's
Wholesome.
that's something that, regardless of what you are trying to do, even if it's over internet in real life, everyone needs that meld.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and expanding on that just a little bit more, it's much easier for you to get in if you know multiple people on the stream team. So I would advocate to not just pick like one person and go chill with them, but to like check us all out. And that's not me trying to like plug, but
No, but really, like that's actually good
if
advice.
someone gets if someone gets suggested, it's much easier for like you to get on the team if multiple people can vouch for you.
Yeah, they say, hey, I know that person.
Yeah, because we've had people brought onto the stream. Ariel was one of those people where several of us were like, hey, she's a cool chick. She's a great content creator.
Everybody know Ariel.
And yeah,
Hey.
I don't know Ariel.
Ariel's awesome.
Right?
I got
Oh,
Ariel
crap.
to start playing Stardew Valley.
Hey,
You got me addicted.
I think I was watching her stream that the other day.
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I was thinking about trying it
Yeah.
out.
I got her into that.
She's like a god at it, man. She plays Stardew amazingly.
She's like, I got all this shit. Look at. I was just like, Tina, what are you doing? She's like, I'm getting turnips or something. I'm like, okay, whatever. Do your thing.
Yo, Tina, I finally understand why you get so pissed off when you fish.
Yeah, see?
me too.
I wanted to break my fucking table in half after like
Right?
losing a few fish. I'm like, you know what? This isn't gonna piss me off. I'm like, I want to fucking kill something. Like, this is amazing.
Now you understand my pain.
I'm still gonna laugh at you, but I mean at the same time.
You started playing Bass Pro Simulator?
No.
Well,
Oh, no.
sort
Is
of.
that
That would
Raph?
actually be. Bass
It's
Pro
anything
Simulator.
that has a fishing mini bit in it.
I wear Carhartt everything.
Hey, Carhartts are live.
Oh, jeez.
Carhartt's reliable, dude. It's always gonna be there.
So one final thing, like before we kind of get going, TDK Phoenix earlier in the beginning of this stream asked a question that I think would be good for us all to answer too, in chat. But the question was, basically, I'm a new streamer, and do you guys have any like tips for me starting out? And Phoenix, if you're still here, like, sorry, it took us till now to get to answer your question. But in the future, when we do this again, there will be a Google form in Discord or on Twitter.
That's it right there.
So
That's
submit
it.
Oh my
Yeti
god.
mask.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome. I didn't know this was a hat stream.
I mean, I've been wearing my onesie this whole time, guys.
Sorry, I figured I'd whip it out towards the end.
Yes, I like it. But yeah, so basically, like, I want to be able to give him or her, I'm not sure your gender, I'm sorry, but some tips, like, let me put on my cat ears.
Brandon.
But basically, I'll kind of
Weird
go
up.
first. Like, hold on one second. I'll kind of go first with the tips that I've like kind of gathered over the course of time that I've been streaming. Hold on. Okay.
Now that we're all wearing proper headgear.
All right.
Now we are all
Except me.
stacked up.
But yeah, I guess my biggest tips would be to don't, like, when you're first starting out, literally turn off your viewer count. Like, turn it off. Don't look at it at all. Because, like, for me, I would find that I would be streaming and, you know, talking and, you know, having fun when there's like one or two people in the chat or in like the viewer list, and then as soon as they go away, I would go back to just playing games as I would without people watching me. But like, then you come into like the issue where new people that have never found your channel before find your channel and they show up to someone like this, not saying anything, just blank face staring at the screen, and like, yeah, they're gonna leave. Like, and there's like another thing where it was like, if I saw that I had like 5-6 viewers at one point and then it dropped down to 1 or 2, I'd be like, what did I do wrong? And you start to like, it starts to like kill your vibe, you know what I mean? So that's a big tip. Another tip would be make friends with other people who stream similar games as you, or who have similar, like a streamer that you like and that you find yourself watching their stream a lot, and you find yourself like kind of like not idolizing their stream, but like kind of like molding your stream after their like kind of like what they're aiming for. Like, that's the ideal person for you to network with. Like, reach out to them, talk to them, like host them, raid them, like start a conversation, like what not to do. Don't go into somebody's stream that you like and be like, I also stream, hello, watch my stream, and just like start yelling that shit in their chat. Like, that's like etiquette. Don't do that. But like, hosting someone or raiding someone is a good way to get that whole, hey, I realize you're a streamer conversation going without being a dick. And like, going basically like saying that in someone's chat is like going into Applebee's and being like, I like Chili's better. I own a Chili's. There's a Chili's across the street. You guys should all leave. I know you're probably already ordered, but leave here and go get Chili's across the street. You know what I mean? Like, that's not okay. So I guess, like, those are my biggest tips and tricks and stuff. But I figured you guys could also expand on it. So whoever wants to go.
I would just say that, like, definitely try not to pay too much attention to your viewer and follower count in the beginning. That was something I got really mixed up in, and it started to, like, really take its toll on me, like, mentally, where, like, I was freaking out about it. And like, affiliate will happen if you stick with it. Like, consistency is the best. Like, that's how you succeed. And the second thing is network. Like, make friends. If you're interested in us, like, I know I'm always looking for new people to support. Just know that, like, you're gonna have to earn, you know, my respect or whoever's respect in streaming. And yeah, like, having friends that also stream and, like, get it. It's good to have them to talk to DM. And yeah, like, if you need a streamer friend, I'm one, and I'm sure, like, several other of us here will be more than happy to help you with streaming.
Oh yeah, I'll answer, like, literally, I answer questions about streaming pretty much all day. Like, not even joking, like, just from, like, IRL people that I know on Facebook, like, messaging me, or, like, people from Facebook groups that I'm in asking questions. That's, like, literally a lot of my day when I'm bored. So, like, it doesn't bother me. Like, you're never ever bothering me by saying, hey, I have a question about this, and if I don't know the answer, like, I might know someone who does. So don't be scared to, like, don't be a stranger. Anybody else have tips, tricks?
Just be you.
Yes.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Do
Don't try
what
to
you
put
need
anything
to
on.
do. You know, faces, people can see through faces. Be yourself.
Really
Have a
easy.
great time. Enjoy yourself. You know, if you don't get the viewers when you start, you'll get them eventually. There's always people who will see you, and those people know other people that will reach out to them to say, hey, this is a wholesome person. Check them out.
When you think about the
even,
games that you
Twitch
play-
shows
oh, go ahead.
who you're watching, right? Like, it shows, like, hey, so and so is watching so and so on Twitch.
Right.
So
I have a couple Discords that I'm in, and anytime that I see any of y'all great people going out, I try to send them, you know, my regards. And of course, they are all just snobby ass people that don't want to do that. But I always throw it out.
yeah.
Right.
But you know, it's that, you know, one in whatever, that somebody who sees you is going to network you out to other people, and then other people will get in, and from there you will make your own
Yeah,
universe.
it's gonna be a constant grind. Like, you're never gonna be, like, there's always room to improve or always room to, like, expand or whatever. But I would say focus more on your content than focusing on, like, your numbers, because, like, if your content's good, like, I found a good way to look at it. Like, I did this recently. I literally watched back some of my streams, and I was like, would I watch me? Would I stay watching this? Like, would I don't know. So
Yeah.
like, that's
Right,
kind of
right.
what, like, sparked me being like, hey, like, this is a good idea. This is like focusing more on my content is going to be, like, what's going to help me this year. And that's
Yeah.
where I kind of, like, invested my efforts more than, oh, let's see, like, who I can suck up to try to get a fat host or whatever. Because, like, that's good in, like, the long, like, I guess that's good temporarily, because, like, it'll increase your viewers for, like, a second. But, like, increasing your viewers permanently is going to take good content. Like, no one's going to stick around, even if you get, like, a 10,000 person host. Like, if your content sucks.
If none of those people show up or none of those
Yeah.
people stay, then
You might get, maybe, if you were just trying to fat host someone, maybe 10 out of 10,000, which is a terrible number.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also hard to stay if you're completely new to streaming.
Hmm.
You're not used to talking to yourself or anything like that. Like, it's very hard to stay on and engaged. And, like, I still struggle with this myself. Like, if no one's in chat, it's like I'm just kind of, like, quiet, vibing with music, and, like, dead air is not a bad thing, I don't think. But if there could definitely be too much dead air.
Yeah.
Music helps with that. And just like as you stream, you'll definitely get more accustomed to like talking about your day, even if no one's listening. Like, at least if someone comes in, they could maybe like latch on to like
Yeah.
a piece of it.
Like, don't think of it as like talking to yourself. Think of it as like adding commentary, because like people who like just record videos for YouTube and shit like that, like they play the game off stream and talk about what they're doing and whatever, and then they put that up on YouTube. So like I see it like the same way. If no one's talking, like describe the character you're picking or what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Like,
and
I talk to myself when I play FTL. I talk to myself a lot.
yeah,
I
and that's good.
talk to myself when I'm playing like Stardew. I'll be like, oh
Yeah.
shit, I have to like go buy some more turnips. You know,
Yeah,
like,
there's
all my
a guide
turnip
for that.
seeds.
I'll
You
talk to
know,
myself
like-
about like in-game decisions and
Yeah, exactly.
what I want to do.
Yeah.
Just tiny little things like that. Just being able to throw that out. That way, people know what you're thinking in your head whenever you're playing your games.
Yeah, that's thinking out loud. Cause like I was never before I started streaming, I was never a like out loud thinker, or I was a very
Oh, I
quiet
am.
person, focused. But like once you start streaming, like you're an entertainer at the end of the day, and like, you know, like I said, too much dead air is not a great thing.
Yeah.
And think about the games that you play too. Like honestly, and you don't have to play something just purely because it gets you views. I mean, obviously, you
No.
wouldn't want to do that. But try to find something that you can stomach, that you enjoy, that may not have 20,000 viewers or something like that. Like I
Mhm.
was really lucky with War Thunder, and the
Oh,
cool
yeah.
thing about War Thunder was I was able to come into it as a noob, and when people would come in, I would be able to be like, "Hey man, I'm kind of new at this. You got any tips or anything?" And that was like the breaking or the icebreaker for a lot of the people that watched me play War Thunder. They were like my mentors, and helping me out. And then of course, it being multiplayer, we would play together, and it was a really good point of like audience connection. But beyond that, yeah, I mean, just like describe literally anything. You can just keep yourself talking. I mean, that's the biggest part. And when people say something in chat, like I find this a lot. Like I'll go type in somebody's chat, and like it may not be the most amazing thing ever. I may not give them a ton of time to respond or a ton of material to respond to. They'll just read it and go, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
And, like,
So
it's like,
you
don't
you
do
know
that.
that they're well, no, even if that, you know that they are reading what you're saying. They are
Yeah.
actively looking.
They're,
through
yeah,
it.
they're definitely pay attention and definitely read it. But it's like just anything you can think to add on, get a conversation
Yeah.
going.
You want to expound on.
Yeah.
If they,
Yeah, you just don't
no
want to
matter what
leave
they
it.
give
At,
you,
yeah.
You want to expound on it.
And it like say you have like 10 people watching you and no one's talking in chat and you want to try to get them to talk in chat. Obviously don't go to your viewer list and like call out the people who are lurking you. Like don't
Yeah,
ever do that. Like I
that's-
don't.
yeah.
No.
Some people just
That's
want to be
bad.
left alone, but like you can still try to like entice
Bait
the
them
idea
out,
of
yeah.
conversation. You could be like, so what do you guys think about XYZ thing in the game or in real life or wherever in the news? I don't care. Like you can literally ask them, what do you think about the color purple? And maybe someone will say, I fucking love purple, and somebody else might be like, I hate purple, and then now they're talking, and that kind of like
Mhm.
when they leave your stream, they say, wow, that was active. Like I was talking to someone and we were watching this game and like whatever. Like you don't always have to be the one talking to every single person that's in your chat. Sometimes people are gonna have a conversation with each other, and that's okay too, because that's
Yeah.
like how you
I love it
build
when
a
chat
community.
talks to itself.
I
Yeah.
love it
Yeah.
when that happens. I like to read their conversations, honestly.
It's so funny, man.
It's like you feel like
Yeah.
a straight creeper, but like whatever.
No, like
Watching
that
you
one time when I
guys.
was like playing near and I was just doing shit. Like the guy, like they would like all be talking in the chat and I'm just doing shit, And I
Yeah.
would look over at the
I was like talking to
conversation.
your chat.
and then
I was like,
Yeah,
sitting
I was
next to
like,
you
what
just
the
talking
hell?
to your chat.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't mind that. It's entertaining to me too. So I enjoy it when I see people in my chat talking to each other.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I think the biggest thing. I don't mean to cut you off, Amanda.
no, you're fine.
I think the biggest thing is just like try to stick with it if it's something you're really interested in doing. Like every stream, especially a majority of your beginner streams, they're not gonna be good streams unless you just like kick it off, some kind of way. Like you really get a lot of followers and stuff. But like they're probably not gonna be good streams. Like you may not have that many people chatting. It like Twitch
You'll have
was a
technical issues.
grind.
Yeah.
Like I can't tell you how many times I like tried to do something and then like for 30 minutes of my stream it was just a black screen, and like people weren't seeing any gameplay. I'm like, fuck. You just have to grind it
Yeah.
out if you're really
Yeah.
dedicated to it.
That's happened to me
Shit's
before.
gonna happen, you know.
That was me. Like when I first started streaming, I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
I was
And
lucky because I had Amanda to help me.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, if you don't know what you're doing with OBS, like, reach out to one of us. Like,
Mhm.
Amanda's probably the best one. She's who I learned all my shit from.
Maybe.
But yeah, like, reach out to someone who knows what they're doing, because like, resources like that, like people knowing what they're doing, are invaluable when it comes to streaming.
Yeah, and like someone that can walk you through how to do something because they've experienced a similar issue. Like that's just all sorts of great. But yeah, like I think like as far as the conversation of like stream help and tips and stuff goes, like we could go on forever. So like we won't
Yeah.
talk your ear off, but maybe we'll do like in the future like a stream dedicated just to that because I feel like just from experience, like we have a lot of tips that we can give you. So if you are just starting out, like I had to learn the hard way on some of this stuff. So like I don't, it's better to like know up front, like if someone has been to like a city or something and you ask them like, hey, where should I go visit or what should I look out for? Like that's a common question. So I don't think like asking something like this should be like so like taboo as it is. Not
Not at
taboo,
all.
but
Oh, you
like,
should never feel that way.
yeah.
I
Like,
always never feel that way.
Oh yeah, 100%. If you
Questions
knew it's
are-
something.
Yeah, no, questions are the best thing to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with that being said, I think we're gonna do this. We'll try to do this a little bit more often. Like I know this isn't our traditional like podcast, but like it was fun for me. So like if everyone enjoyed this and if we get like, you know, I feel like people enjoyed like hanging out, talking, shooting the shit. We can do this. So we'll throw up a Q&A like Google form every so often and you guys can fill it out and we'll answer more questions. And I was really impressed with like the what's the word I'm looking for, but like basically like how creative these questions were. Like I was
Yep.
expecting, well, there was a lot that was like yeet, the return to the yeet, thou shalt not yeet, but you know,
Sounds like
the Ten
Baker
Commandments
just
of
throwing
yeet.
that in.
I don't know who
Oh
it
my
was, no
goodness.
names, but I was like, okay. And there were some that were like a little bit too off the wall, but like there were some questions that I was like, damn, like how did these people think of this? Did they Google it? Like what? So I had fun, and then we should do it again. So
Oh yeah.
I'm
Also,
gonna-
shout out to the longest stream team chat going on.
Yeah, that was real.
2 hours right there.
yeah,
2 hours
Yeah,
and
that's true.
20 minutes.
because we have a lot of
2:20?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
we
yeah.
had more people this time for sure.
Well, I mean, it was only one more person than normal, one or two more, but it was.
One more.
But yeah, does anybody
And
want a
Ariel,
shameless
too.
plug
Yeah.
before we?
Oh yeah, and this
But-
person.
But normally we would have one person, so it was one more than normal. But
yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I think.
Yeah,
it was-
this
This is
was-
badass.
this was really good. You know, thank you all for the amazing questions.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
We'll do this again in the
Indeed.
future. Does anybody want a shameless plug? Is anyone streaming after this? Is anybody doing something in their lives that they want
I'm
to
go-
tell everyone about?
I'm gonna go stream Fortnite after this.
Oh,
Cool.
hey, Fortnite.
Well, how about you hop off and I'll keep the stream going and we'll host you or something.
Big host.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be doing War Thunder in like, I don't know, 30 minutes or so.
All right, so Pumpernickel, if you still got some of these people chilling in your chat afterwards and you want to throw the party somewhere else, I say try to throw it over to Bourbon, and I think that'll be a fun way to kind of like keep the party going. But yeah, so it was fun, and we will be back another time. But yeah, Pumpernickel, feel free to head out so that we can like
Get that host.
Okay.
yeah, start
I'll
up your
go
stream.
scoop it.
Bye-bye. I'm gonna just put it on I'm gonna turn off all the name tags and shit so that I can do this. But yeah, like I had fun with this, and I think that
Yeah.
if everyone's down to do it again, I'm down to do it again.
It was
Yeah, I
fun.
think it was a good variation of the
Format.
podcast.
Yeah, I feel like this should maybe be like at the least like a monthly thing.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely.
not super often.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I
It
didn't
was-
like-
realize how messy my room was.
That's okay.
It was bad, dude. I mean, like
Oh
all my
my
crap's in my
God.
closet.
And
You
then he
can't
just
see
has
that.
it. He just had an
This
unmade
part
bed.
is clean.
Just the unmade bed. That was the
It's my,
only
it's my
thing.
crack bed.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because my camera angle is like so
Oh
wide.
yeah, just the angle.
No, I can't.
That's the only thing.
What's
Dude,
up,
like-
James?
Yeah, because like if
My
it was
setup
just
is
here,
so
it'd be
jank.
perfect.
I've got-
You know?
Like my little boom arm is being balanced out by 2 handguns.
You've said this before, and I'm still amazed.
That's
It's
funny.
nuts. It's ghetto, dude. Like it's crazy. I can even show
It's
you.
not ghetto. It's
Up.
amazing.
We may not want to do that.
Oh yeah,
We
never
may not wanna
mind.
do that.
We'll do that
Are,
after.
no,
We
are,
do it
are
after
we?
the stream.
After the
Are-
stream.
You know where
Are
that?
we
you
still
know where
in
that?
stream?
What?
Yeah, we're still.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
still
keeping the stream
alive.
going
we're
so that
still
I
live.
can host Pumpernickel.
Oh yeah.
T
Oh.
Dog is white gangsta. Wait, who is
Hey,
T Dog?
never mind.
T-Dog is like-
Never mind, guys.
Still.
Or is that
There's
T Dog?
just-
Okay, I was like, who's T Dog?
Wait, it's probably
There's-
James, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
just
it's
two
James.
books hanging up
James.
this microphone right now.
Yeah, man.
Sweetie Toad.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
Yeah,
Sweetie
it's,
No,
Toad.
you smelled it too.
Clap 'em as if I had a clutch on a
Sweeney Toad.
magnum.
Dude, but
I like
Sweeney
me
Todd
some
is really
Sweeney
good.
Todd though.
Yeah.
That used to be my nickname
Amanda,
Sweeney
come
Todd?
watch Ralph Breaks the Internet with me
because I
When?
cut
Oh.
motherfuckers.
Tuesday.
Oh my
It's
god.
$5.
So hey everybody, I'm just gonna throw this out there right now. It made me really sad for a second.
What is that?
Fuck is that?
Jigsaw.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
That's super sad.
One of my
That's-
friends.
But
One of
no,
my
I'm
friends-
so excited for Endgame.
Oh my
So
god,
excited.
Tina, you and me both.
No, but first we have to watch Marvel, the Captain Marvel, and then Endgame.
Captain Marvel's gonna be
Thank you for the follow.
Oh my god. It's
delicious.
gonna be so good. Oh,
I
so
just
good.
watched Infinity War like a week ago.
But you said
What?
you hadn't seen any
Well-
of the other movies, right? Same.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
Have
that
you,
too.
What?
have you watched all the
No,
other
no,
Marvel
hold on. You saw Infinity Wars without seeing any other
Same.
Marvel.
I mean, I saw-
movies?
Avengers.
No,
Same.
but Brandon, I kind of did the same thing. I only saw like the Iron Man and like some of the Captain America.
We're not friends.
There's too many movies.
No, but I went
No.
back and I watched them
No,
all.
we are
No,
not
but I went
friends.
back and I watched them all, and then I
No
watched
friends.
Infinity
You're
Wars
not
again.
friends.
Friends are gone.
Whatever. I did it.
Unsubscribe.
Okay, I went back and I watched them all.
Unsub.
You done pissed memes off, man.
Sub. No.
Whatever. Hey,
Um,
at least I'm better than these flakes.
Hey, Bourbon,
Wait,
have
what
you
place?
seen the Marvel anthology?
I have not.
That's why I'm not sub to you.
Here's, okay. Here's my thing with like comic book stuff.
Okay.
Like I like it in passing, and I'll watch the odd movie, but like I'm just not much of a movie guy. Like,
So let me
same.
hold on. 1 second.
Oh boy.
Oh god, we're getting props.
What's happening here?
Oh god.
what's the pro- I can get some
what's
props.
he going to get?
I'm scared.
No, I just like
This is
Marvel.
the small anthology of comics
Oh,
I have.
Oh my
yes.
god.
Dude, one of my buddies like friend or his I actually think it was his dad.
Well, we got
that.
let me show you the top
T
two.
Dog, you're
that I have
kidding
on
me.
here.
You've let me down for the last time.
We
is
have
what
the
James
amazing
says to you.
Deadpool and Spider-Man.
Yes.
James a bitch.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
No, okay, so my thing
Oh,
with,
actually, I love
like,
James. James is
And
awesome.
then
movies is just that they are
I wish I
so
was James.
well like incorporated into each other that it's like so fascinating to watch each one and see references from like previous movies that
Yeah.
don't have like that title, you know?
But then we are going to go to my holy grail and have the first Deadpool
oh.
comic.
Oh wow,
Dude, for
Yeah.
real?
Oh yeah.
crazy. I'm not really
Yeah.
into comics. I just like the Marvel movies.
Well, no, I have the first 10 issues Deadpool was in.
Wow.
Memes is like, hold my beer.
Hold my
Yeah, I'm gonna
beer.
go get some comics.
I also have a picture my friend drew for me of Deadpool.
Oh, I've seen it. It's hysterical.
Oh my
10 out of
god,
10.
that's fucking awesome.
Nice.
10 out of 10.
It's hysterical.
I like
She drew
it.
that for.
You need to put that in like an elegant ass frame. And I'm talking
Oh.
about like, yeah, like some old reclaimed like sea drifting wood. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
so
Like,
I have this, and then I have my another print of a one of my high school friends did a Pan's Labyrinth.
oh yeah,
Oh, hold on, I'll grab that.
that's a good ass movie. feel like
Okay, so
that's probably the-
Pumpernickel's on, so I'm gonna throw the host over to him if you guys want to stay by. Guys, we'll be on. If you haven't yet done this, please join the Discord. We post our events in there and stuff and things. So yeah, feel free to join the Discord command. Feel free to follow any of us on Twitch and or our socials. That's all
Okay. It's
like
available
the-
for you.
Y'all ready for this shit?
Oh god, let's see this before we go. Everyone's just waving.
We got. Oh my god,
Spam your emotes in chat.
Spam your emotes.
Hey.
that's fucking beautiful, dude.
That's pretty awesome.
Pan's Labyrinth is like my favorite El Toro movies ever.
Guillermo del Toro is a genius.
Yeah, no, that is one of my favorites. That's a original print that she made.
Goodbye,
amazing.
friends.